all that crew, Tommy, has really contributed to this program in a big way.
Yeah, they really have. They're good young men and always kept the head on straight and worked hard, and just glad to have them as part of our program. And, you know, I was looking the other day, we got 47 kids on our roster from South Carolina. And some of those guys are from South Carolina, from our state. And now the way I look at all these guys are from South Carolina. You know, talking to Ryan Brewer before the game. He's South Carolina. He's here, got a thriving business, great guy. Saw some more former guys that
okay, gentlemen, tonight's going to be a great ball game. Clemson, you're the visiting team. You're going to make the call. What are you calling?
Tails.
You're calling tails. That helmet is head. That's tails. You call tails, right? I'm going to let it hit the ground. It's tails. You want to defer. You want to defer. You want to receive, right? You want to receive. Which way you want to kick? You're back that way, please. Clemson won the toss. Further towards the second half. South Carolina will receive. Good luck, gentlemen.
Jeff Flanagan, our referee tonight. And the Tigers win the toss and defer to the second half. So Carolina will take the football out of the game on a cool night in November, this Saturday after Thanksgiving. Clemson leads the series in a big way, 72-43-4. But Carolina broke that 7-game winning streak a year ago. And Tommy, we broke a lot of streaks to them when we went up there and won in Tiger Town, including a 40-game home win streak. But also, they had not lost in 67 games when they led them going into the fourth quarter and beat them there. That was quite a monumental task a year ago.
It really was. 34-game winning streak against Power 5, 26 winning streak, non-conference, 72nd consecutive win when rushing for 200 yards or more. That would have been had they won. And you said 67-game winning streak when leading in the fourth quarter, 63 wins when having more first downs than the opponent. So, what a program. What a program to have. Clemson ought to be proud of it. They really are, and they should be. Because they're a heck of a football program up there. They have been over the years.
Yeah, but it felt so good to break all those.
Well, it did.
No, I get your point. You can have both.
But that's why also to say they're not good anymore is not right.
No, that's not it. Nobody said that.
Yeah, I know that. But the point is that a lot of people aren't going to know this is a very good football team. Very good football team.
Nobody comes to town without getting hit by a little sandstorm. Let's light them up. Going to send Leggett back. He's been off the kickoff return team while trying to make sure he's not been injured. Such a weapon and viable option for Spencer Rattler tonight. Luke Doty also set back to receive. And Robert Gunn, the freshman, will kick off. He's got quite the leg. He won the place kicking duties. Got relegated, but it's got 62 kickoffs, 50 of them touchbacks. Let's see if Leggett gets a chance here. We're underway. 2023 version of Carolina versus Clemson. And it's a touchback over the head of Leggett. Carolina will come out of that south end zone going towards the fairgrounds in all garnet tonight with the black helmets. Quite the contrast between these two schools, including the uniforms. Tigers in white jerseys, one of the finest fronts, and probably, Shane Beamer says, the best linebacking core in the nation. Will come out on defense. Mario Anderson's the tailback. Spencer Rattler, the senior from Phoenix, Arizona, the quarterback. Out of the gun, Nicholas Harbor split out over left side. Rattler wants to roll right, looking in the flat. Guns it to the outside. It's Leggett at the 43-yard line. Goes out of bounds on the run. They'll call it an 18-yard gain. Dal Loggins and Shane Beaver said, we will not go down tonight without giving 7 and 17. A lot of chances to get the football. And there's play 1, option 1. 1st and 10 for Carolina, just underway at Williams-Brice Stadium. Swing ran out to the outside, incomplete to Leggett. And they're saying that ball's alive. At least no one's saying it dead yet. Is it a backwards pass and a Clemson score? They're calling it a backwards pass and a Tiger score.
Wow, I didn't see
Rolling
that.
on the field. It's a backwards pass, recovered by the defense, touchdown.
That's Leggett on a swing route behind Rattler. And I did not get a great look at the review by any means.
Well, I'm assuming we're going to take a review, but I think
Khalil Barnes
I think it's close, Todd.
was the defender that picked up the football and ran it in. That's the problem with the screen game like that. It could be a backwards pass, and Leggett was looping around. Here comes the official.
We saw one last week do the same thing.
Rolling on the field. It's a backwards pass, recovered by the defense for a touchdown. That play was under further review.
We had the same thing happen last week. It was under review, and they continued to rule it a backward pass. So probably what they're going to do.
Had one reversal, though.
Yeah, we did.
Two plays,
Two
one
plays,
reversal. Yeah. Hey, leaky pipes got your plumbing system sacked. Don't scramble. Call the expert plumbers at Cool Care Heating and Air, Plumbing and Refrigeration. They can get you back up and running in no time. Call South Carolina's best today. Tommy, I got one look at it before we went to the break on the review. And again, certainly circled way behind Rattler. The throw, though, a little closer than I thought it was. Parallel, like on the 36-yard line.
I think the problem is that what they called it on the field. You got to have substantial, or whatever the term is, evidence to overturn it. I don't see it.
Undisputable evidence.
That's a closer, yep.
And Rattler right at the 36 when he threw it. The hands, certainly, of Leggett are at the 36. The problem is when it leaves his hand, Leggett is just starting to come forward. It was a string route, ultimately only a throw of about 8 yards in total length.
And you know,
and this would make a huge statement because these two teams have lived off turnovers the last couple of weeks. That's the ultimate one, a scoop and score on a backwards pass. 14-25 to go
After
in the
further
first.
review, the ruling on the field stands.
Yeah,
It's a
I thought it
touchdown.
Ouch on the second play from scrimmage. The Clemson Tigers get a scoop and score off a backwards pass from Rattler to Leggett and run it into the end zone. The extra point can make it 7-0 with just 14:25 in the first quarter into the game. Jonathan White's to attempt the extra point. Wow. Spotting the Tigers 7. White swings through in the south end zone, and it's got it. The problem is, Tommy, too, it's not like you can say much to those two guys because we wouldn't be here with a chance to be bowl eligible without them, and we certainly are going to need them tonight.
we are. You know, I think what you can say, though, honestly, is that Leggett should have caught it. I mean, the pass was there, no question about that. But and I think the other thing is, I think Leggett and also I don't know who the running back was, just kind of stood there and looked at it, thinking it was an incomplete pass and not a behind the. Certainly was an incomplete pass, not a forward pass, and I thought it was a forward pass, and it just, I don't know, just where it starts. They got to dig yourself out of this hole. They were 7-point favorite coming in, so let's just go get it.
Down 7-0 on the second play from scrimmage. Carolina went 18 yards on their first to Leggett. Swung it out, he dropped it. It was a backwards pass. And now White kicks it off to Leggett. But he's going to let it bounce just a yard deep and does not bring that out. Carolina will be right back out on the field on offense, just down 7. Tigers with 10 turnovers in the last 3 ball games. Gamecocks have gotten 9 and just gave them 1.
Clemson's had 4 interceptions returned for touchdowns this year, too, so It's one of those years for them. They're very good on defense. A lot of good athletes, and they can play. And got to play hard.
Behind the gun now is Spencer Rattler. And they'll fake inside. Rattler wants to throw a deep post route to Leggett. And Leggett can't get it, and Clemson does. Another turnover on back-to-back plays. The Tigers take it away on a deep post route. Slightly underthrown with two guys in the same area. And the Tigers take over with a 7-point lead, and we're just 14-16 into this ball game. We'll step away. They lead it 7-0. This is Carolina football from Learfield. Sure does take a lot of weight off of Kay Klubnik's shoulders, though, doesn't it, Tommy? Having that 7-point buffer.
It really does, and they have the ball right back here, so got two good running backs back there. So Clemson, I'm afraid right now, what worries me is they get into that rhythm of running the football, and we have trouble stopping them. But let's see what happens here, guys. Here we go.
Here's Klubnik now, 1st and 10 from his own 33-yard line. Carolina in that 3-5. Klubnik, inside handoff run. And that's going to be a 2-yard gain on the play, straight up the middle. Phil Maffa is the tailback who gets the start, not Shipley tonight.
Good stop by Johnson that time.
Sure was. Stood him straight up.
He sure did.
2nd down and 7. Clemson up 7-0 in the first quarter at Williams-Brice. Klubnik hands off. Maffa again. Going to get a dose of him. He pushes across the 40 this time. It's a good 5-yard gain. 3rd down upcoming as T.J. Sanders gets in there to make the stop. That's his 39th tackle on the season.
Clemson 41% on 3rd downs. Carolina's defense allowing the opponents 43%. So we got to get better. They got to get worse here tonight.
3rd and 2 for the Tigers on their own 41-yard line. Klubnik wipes the hands off. One back in the backfield behind him. Sends a man in motion. Klubnik wants to throw under pressure. The Gamecocks have got him and take him down. Sack on Klubnik. Tariq Johnson, the Sumter, South Carolina native, comes in. That's his 2nd sack of the season, minus 10 on the play. And that's another All-American Heating and Air sack for soldiers. Another $200 donated to support our veterans.
Thought he wanted to go to his left side that time originally, and it was covered, so he tried to come across the middle, and that's when Johnson and a couple other guys got back there to get him. Good secondary coverage that time allowed the interior guys to get to him.
3 and out for Clemson after they got the pick of Spencer Rattler. And now the very good punter, Swanson, comes out with Kilgore set back. Kilgore going to take it off a one hop just to stop it from rolling. And at the 19-yard line, they take him down.
Good defensive stand, guys.
48-yard punt. And Tommy, you're right. Had to have it there. Couldn't let the Tigers gain more momentum and take this crowd out of it. So with 12:16 to go in the first quarter, Clemson's up 7-0. Cool Care Heating, Air, Plumbing, and Refrigeration is proud to be Gamecock football's official review sponsor. Schedule an official review of your HVAC unit for the winter. Call them at 803-772-7715 or schedule online at coolcarehvac.com. So a 3 and out by the Gamecock defense, taking the Tigers off the field and sacking Kay Klubnik for the first time tonight. Try to gather some momentum back up for the Gamecocks, who are down 7-0 with 12:16 to go in the first quarter. 2 tight ends set with Rattler, and they'll run the ball up the middle. Mario Anderson drops the shoulder pads, but not much happening for him. A 1-yard gain as they push him back towards that Gamecock bench in the left hash mark. One of the finest defensive fronts you'll see. Tyler Davis, who's been playing for about 15 years, it feels like. 6'2", 300-pounder from Apopka, Florida. 51st career start tonight, a part of that. Rattler working out of the gun. Clemson showing blitz. 2 wide receivers right side. They bring it. Rattler banging in the pocket. Drops it off late. Incomplete. Thrown underneath, and a flag.
Looks like it may be against him.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer, number 54. It's a 15-yard penalty, first down.
Jeremiah Trotter, no better and tougher linebacker in the country than the junior from Hainesport, New Jersey, but made a little aggressive play there on Rattler.
Yeah, Todd, you said it earlier, but I was meeting with Coach Rattler, Coach Beamer, just talked to him, and he said that, Coach, we thought Mississippi State had the best linebacker core. These guys top them.
So after the penalty, it's 1st and 10 for Carolina at their own 35. Press coverage on the outside to carry on Joyner in the ball game. Rattler's going to run it himself. Left side. Rattler at the 50 into Clemson territory, down to about the 46. He broke one tackle at the line of scrimmage and goes 16 yards and gets another Carolina first down.
In this day and time, that will make him as much money in the next league as throwing the ball will. Being able to scramble and pull away from those tackles like that.
Barrett Carter missed him, and now back to the run game up the middle. There's DK this time. And the senior from North Charleston gains 5 straight up the middle on the in play to carry on, nursing a very bad ankle, folks. They don't know how much he can go tonight. He's got 115 yards and 5 TDs rushing on the season. He's caught another 21 passes for 117 yards, but that doesn't nearly define his career.
He also can throw it. He hadn't used him this year to do that.
Rattler out of the gun, goes to Leggett on the outside, and it's caught at the 39 and then upended immediately as Leggett, who took a shot on that thigh by Nate Wiggins.
Yeah, he's down too, guys.
Come out.
Got to get
Player
Nick Harvard. He popped up pretty quick.
You know, they don't wear pads now, though. I guess because they work out so much, the legs can take it. I couldn't do that. I didn't work out that much.
They wear them on the thigh pads, just not the knee pads as much.
It's that thin pad. Mine was
That's true, too.
Mine was about 3 inches thick, fortunately.
That's why your last 40 was a 5.39.
Just why you say that? You try to be funny. It's not funny.
The truth hurts.
That's like Jane looked. She said, "You're so fat back then." I said, "Honey, I had to wear hip pads." She said, "What are those?"
All right, here we go. Legette's up. We'll check on him with Chet Tucker in just a minute. 1st and 10 for Carolina. Ball on the 30 the Tigers. Down 7 of the Gamecocks with 10:22 to go in the first quarter. Play clock's down to 5. Rattler working out of the gun. And going to throw a quick out route. That's Trey Knox on the edge. And the Tigers again in the secondary take down a Gamecock wide receiver in a hurry. A good little pick play on the edge.
For a player injury.
And I don't know, Trey Knox still down? He
Yeah.
rolled over towards the Gamecock sideline.
It looks like he is.
So
yeah.
in back-to-back plays, the Tigers have gone at the Gamecock wide receiver's legs, not illegally, by the way,
Trey.
but it's taken him down to the ground.
Yeah, Trey's our second leading receiver, the transfer from Arkansas. He's only played 9 games this year because he's been hurt. Caught 36 passes, 312 yards, 2 TDs. So we don't want to lose him, but he's up now. He's limping a little bit. We'll see.
Let's go with Chet Tucker down on the sidelines. Trey Knox, I can see, is bouncing around injured, looks like. Any word on Xavier Leggett?
Xavier's back in the huddle. It looks like he's going to be good to go, but both plays look like mirror images of one another. Right as the Carolina's players or receiver's leg hits the ground, they're getting hit right at the knees. You know, you got to go low to tackle now. You can't go higher. You'll get flagged, putting the players a little bit in jeopardy.
So Leggett is in the slot to the right side on a 2nd down and 10. Carolina running right up the middle, inside the 30. Mario Anderson bulldozes the Tiger at the 20, and they finally take him down. He needed one more move, but he still gains 19 yards and a first down for the Gamecocks. Oh, what a hole over the right side.
Great vision that time. It was not designed to go there. He just saw it.
Carolina up to the line in a hurry. It'll be Anderson again in a hurry. Trying the right side, this time in the arms of a Tiger defender. And Justin Maskell with the stop. Good shedding of a tight end there, making the stop. And the Gamecocks will have 2nd down and 9. Down by 7. 7-0 Tigers. 9:09 to go in the first quarter. 8th play of the drive for the Gamecocks. Carolina gave it up on a backwards pass to Xavier Leggett on the 2nd play from scrimmage. Tigers picked it up. Here's a blitz again. Quick throw to the outside, is caught at the 15. And at the 10. Down at the 9, knocked out of bounds. That's Josh Simon. The tight end makes the catch. And let's see where they spot this one. It'll be right at the marker. A 9-yard gain on the play. And it should be 3rd down and inches. Now they're calling it first.
Yeah, they are saying first now, but
boy, big Nick Harbor is out there on 5'11" freshman to the right side. Let's see what we can do with him. 1st and goal at the 9. Rattler out of the gun, gonna run it left side, turn in the corner. Anderson drops the right shoulder and gets knocked out of bounds on the Carolina sideline. Jeremiah Trotter makes the stop, but not before he gained 5. Tommy, good blocking by the left side of the line.
Yeah, nice contained block over there. They kind of curved him in a little bit, but I think the thing that got me that time was a burst of speed by Anderson. Once he saw it to get to the outside, put that left foot down and pick up about 4 to 5 yards. And initially, I didn't see it there, but he did.
Nick Elkness checks in, a rare used tight end, as Rattler goes under center on 2nd and goal from the 4. Carolina down 7-0 to Clemson. Rattler gonna roll right, got Leggett in the flat, caught, trying to turn at the 1, can't do it. Caught at the 1, couldn't push the ball out. It was slightly behind him. It's good for 3 yards, but here comes 3rd and goal from the Tiger 1. Gamecocks gonna try to go in a hurry, Tommy. They're set up for a Rattler push. They get behind the Arizona native.
Yeah, I don't think he made it. I think it was a little too far out. Don't think he made it. Probably going to try it one more
Everybody
time.
running in now. It could be 4th down. They're calling it 4th down. Boy, that was a long way to go for a sneak, Tommy. You're right.
It really was. It was about 1.5 yards maybe out at least. A little further. I like to have it inside that 1 yard line, but.
Oh, man. Gamecocks down 7, going for it on 4th and goal with 60-53 to go in the first quarter. The carry-on Joyner comes in at the tailback spot. Timeout, Clemson. Timeout, Clemson.
Timeout. Clemson. First charge, timeout.
While Clemson thinks about this, let's pause 10
Timeout will
seconds
be 30
for
seconds.
station identification. You're listening to the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. Tommy Suggs, Chet Tucker, I'm Todd Ellis. Great to be with you on this Saturday after Thanksgiving, which means Carolina-Clemson. The Tigers went up early 7-0 on a scoop and score by Khalil Barnes after a backwards pass to Xavier Leggett. That was from 42 yards out on the 2nd play. Gamecocks then throw a pick on the 3rd play, deep down the field, trying to go to Xavier Leggett. Barnes got that pick. And a 3 and out for the Tigers on offense, and now Carolina's taking this drive, and they've got it 4th and goal from the 1 on the 12th play of the drive. Upcoming, 2 tight ends over to the left side. Rattler out of the gun. Handoff inside, reverse play back to Luke Doty. Luke trying to cut back into the end zone. Touchdown Carolina. Touchdown Luke Doty. A reverse to Doty. They were going to throw to Rattler. And Doty with a great cut, Tommy, at the 5-yard line. I would not believe the Myrtle Beach native would have gotten in. Great instincts. The extra point could tie it up with 6:39 to go in the first. Boom, Luke Doty.
You talk about a gutsy call. That's a gutsy call. 3 players touched it. Doty was supposed to throw it. They had Rattler covered like a blanket. He planted his right foot, saw a hole. He'll be known forever for that move. Good move, Luke Doty.
Cannot believe the cutback. Here's Mitch Jeter. Put it down for him up into that north end zone. The cockpit says it's good. So the Gamecocks go 12 plays, and on 4th and goal from the 1, Luke Doty gets his 2nd touchdown of the season, this one on the ground. 12 plays, 81 yards. Mitch Jeter capped it off, and we're tied at 7 at the Bryce. This is Carolina football from Learfield. Hitting it with a little sandstorm.
Yeah, welcome to Willie B.
Mitch Jeter's going to come out on the field, kick towards that north end zone.
There's a lot happening in this first 8.5 minutes of this game.
And it all been good for Carolina, but a lot has been happening.
And plus the former process here. What the heck is this about?
Will Shipley set back to receive deep right in the middle of the field. Let's see if Jeter can put something on this to take him out of it. Clemson up squatting ready on the kickoff return team for anything. And Jeter will run up with that big right foot. Puts his foot into it, high, deep, and Shipley lets it go over his head. And the Tigers in their white jerseys, orange helmets, orange pants, will come out for their second offensive series of the night. The first was a 3-and-out. Tied at 7, 6:39 to go in the first quarter. 120th meeting. Series goes back to 1896. And Williams-Brice cranked back up again. Here's Klubnik from his own 25-yard line. 1st and 10. Maffa's in the backfield. They'll go with him. Counterplay up the middle, gets one block, run to some Gamecock linebackers, and Tonka Hemingway helps take him down. Oh, Tommy, we had good penetration on that play with Debo, just couldn't wrap him up.
Yeah, the good thing about that, though, was once we hit him, we didn't let him get forward lean, so we came in from the different angles and just held him to that. He never got any further past than where we tackled him, so that's pretty good sign right there.
5-yard gain on the play. Klubnik's going to jump in the shotgun. He's got a tight end only now with Will Shipley. Comes to his left, goes in motion over to the right. Pump fake by Klubnik, going to run it backside. Debo was tracking. First down for the Tigers as they will do that backdoor quarterback draw with Klubnik. An 8-yard gain on the play. He came into the ball game 99 rushes for 142 yards and 4 rushing TDs. He's got very good athletic ability.
And good play call that time. Extremely well-designed play. And you got to play Shipley coming in motion for the little screen pass or whatever it is. Good eye contact by Klubnik to look everybody off and runs it the other way behind good blocking.
So 1st and 10 for the Tigers now. They'll empty the backfield again. Carolina in that 3-man front. Klubnik bouncing in the pocket. Quick throw outside. Caught but hit immediately is Randall. They'll make that 6. Tyler Brown, the very good young wide receiver, the freshman from Greenville, South Carolina. Tommy, this guy scares me.
He's a good one.
46 receptions, 479 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Gains just 3 on that. 2nd and 7 upcoming.
Yeah, he's a player. Longest play so far this year, 47 yards, so we got to watch him.
4:56 to go in the first quarter, tied at 7. Second offensive series for Clemson. Maffa and Shipley in the ball game. Klubnik splits him out of the gun. Carolina 3-man front again. Shipley goes in motion. They'll swing it out to him outside. Well, the young back cuts it back, but a good tackle by O'Donnell Fortune, who's back in the lineup this week after overcoming some team rule violations a week ago.
Yeah, good play for Fortune to come off the block and still make the tackle, because Shipley can get very shifty out there. 3rd down, as Todd said.
3rd and 2.
Yeah.
The Tigers on the last 3rd and 2 tried to throw it, and we sacked Klubnik. He'll take one back in the backfield. Talking to the offensive line for a long time. Moffa's the back. 2 wide receivers into the boundary. Now they bring one in motion. Handoff. Moffa straight up the middle. Got the first down into Gamecock territory. The Clemson player diving in there late, almost more on top of his own player. But it's a 5-yard gain and a Tiger first down.
Clemson going with fast pace right here. Good tempo.
Empty the backfield again. 3-man front for Carolina. Klubnik wants to run, goes left side. The gifted young quarterback will gain 7 on the play before Blanton makes the stop. They have no fear to run with the quarterback, Tommy. They really haven't over the last decade. And now with Garrett Riley, their new coordinator, they'll emphasize that again with the very good athletic sophomore from Austin, Texas. 2nd and 3. Tied at 7 with 3:20 to go in the first quarter. Tigers into Gamecock territory at the Carolina 42-yard line. Klubnik gets back in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers over to the right side. Carolina looking like they may come. They bring just 3. Klubnik deep in the pocket. Now being flushed. Now rolls backside. Being chased. Going for the first down inside the Gamecock 40. at the 35. He runs into the back of his own player after T.J. Sanders went that way. Oh, Tommy, we had him on the backside, and we let him roll out. I can't tell. Oh, that was Sanders, who then ended up chasing him down. But it's an 8-yard gain for Klubnik. That's what you got to watch from the athletic quarterback.
Yeah, he good secondary coverage, good linebacker play that time. Nowhere to throw it, but his feet helped him make that play, and his vision as well. So got to be careful with him.
8th play of the drive for the Tigers at the Gamecock 35, tied at 7. Wide receiver screen to the outside and hit immediately is Tyler Brown. Welcome to the rivalry, Tyler. What a hit by Bam Martin, who's been on fire the last 3 weeks. That's -3 on the play. Tommy, as you mentioned last week, he had 10 total tackles going in, and when we put this 3-man front in, he has just come off, had double digits, and then 5 tackles a week ago.
Good point, Todd. He just really found himself in this new system. They had to plug him in somewhere because he's a good enough athlete. You want him on the field.
After the loss, 2nd down and 13, 1:40 to go in the first quarter. Bad snap, handoff, Maffa straight up the middle, behind it, guard and center. They'll push forward. The Gamecocks finally take him down, but not before a 4-yard gain on the play. Maffa came in, 149 rushes, over 800 yards, and 9 touchdowns, leads the team.
They're doing what we feared they would do, and that is run the football. But it's not Shipley so far as much as it is Maffa and also Klubnik. Klubnik is the guy that is carrying the weight right now in the key plays. Let's see what he does right here.
It's 3rd and 9 with 1:04 to go in the first quarter, tied at 7. Klubnik's going to take Shipley and put him out to the left side. Maffa's still in the backfield, 4 wide receiver set. 3rd and 9. Klubnik looking left side into coverage and dropped.
Oh, gosh!
Dropped it at the 12-yard line. O'Donnell Fortune easily had it in his hands and can't come up with it. So it's 4th down, but it should have been a Gamecock turnover. Oh, my goodness. Not even a difficult reception by O'Donnell Fortune. It would have been his 3rd on the year.
I think in his defense, I may be wrong. I'm looking for an excuse here. I think maybe DQ Smith may have run by him and knocked it out of his hands when he was trying to bring it through. But regardless, it's a long field goal here for Clemson. And we just had a turnover and just didn't come down with whatever the...
Here's Whites to attempt the field goal. He's not made, in fact, 80 over 50. Kicks it up. It's headed towards the south end zone. And it's good. That's the first of the year for Jonathan Whites. And how about that? He was 1 of 6 from beyond 40. And he barely got that one over. And the Tigers take the lead after Carolina dropped an interception. It's 10-7, Clemson with 43 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Tommy, do you think DQ hit the ball as O'Donnell was coming down with the football?
Well, I didn't have a good angle, neither did the replay here, but it looked to me that Fortune kind of looked back, or maybe DQ looked back at him like, I didn't mean to hit it, or something. But when he was trying to bring it in, looked like DQ kind of went in front of him and maybe knocked it out of his hands before he got it in control. But I don't know. But regardless, it looks...
It's a 3-point play.
Yeah.
Not more.
Man, wow. Doggone it.
Got to come up with that. O'Donnell read it perfectly. He went away from his underneath man to fall back on the play, on the out route, deep corner route, really.
Really a poorly thrown pass, Todd. You said before the game started that Klubnik would make those decisions occasionally. That was one right there he got away with.
Here's Gunn to kick off, and this is going to be out of bounds. It is on that Clemson sideline.
Free kick out of bounds. Ball be placed at the 35-yard line, 1st down.
So with 43 seconds remaining in the quarter, the Gamecocks will take over from their own 35. For over 30 years, All-American Heating and Air, a veteran and family-owned business, has served the Midlands. When Gamecock defense records a sack, All-American Heating and Air will donate $200 to help our veterans. All-American proudly supports Gamecock football, and our veterans let our family help your family. Tommy Suggs, Chet Tucker, I'm Todd Ellis. And the Gamecocks and the Tigers going at it. Tigers right now with a 3-point lead. We're going to run it with Mario Anderson left side. And the former Newberry tailback can't get any. In fact, -1 on the play. He's had 2 100-yard games, but each of those have been helped by a 70-plus yard run. So the clock running at 20 seconds in the first quarter. Luke Doty in the ball game. Rattler's going to go back in the pocket, going to go down the far sideline, back shoulder throw, incomplete. Thrown over there, intended for Xavier Legette. And Rattler kind of had to throw it off his back foot. Nate Wiggins, Tommy, is one of the top corners, if not the top corners projected in the draft. He's got 20 tackles, tackle for a loss, and 2 picks. And I believe he's going to match up with Legette all night long. 2 great athletes. And here's Legette now on a 3rd and 10. Nick Harbor comes over to the left side. Rattler's going to empty the backfield now. Mario Anderson talks to his offensive line. Clemson is playing man coverage with 1 safety back. Rattler's got the snap in the pocket. It's going to roll out right. Got some room. Trying to make a move at the 40. And Rattler across the 45. Are you kidding me? Spencer Rattler does it again with his legs. Tommy, you called it in the pregame.
End of the first quarter.
Rattler can win this tonight with his feet, not just his arm. And what a play, because he had Barrett Carter, the skilled linebacker, stalking him. He still beat him and got him to the marker. And as we go to the second quarter, Carolina's got it 1st and 10, but down by 3. It's 10-7 Clemson. This is Carolina football from Learfield.
23 Oklahoma State over BYU, 40-34 in 2 overtimes. And Liberty defeats UTEP 42-28. And finally, Washington over Washington State 24-21. With the call for the second quarter, here's the voice of the Gamecocks, Todd Ellis.
Chris, thank you so much. Those updates, we'll have more for our folks and listeners on the Bud Light halftime report. Chris Miller will be along. Let's check with Chet Tucker down on the sideline. Chet, I don't know if you've gotten a look at whether Trey Knox has come out of that tent or not, and whether the tight end may be available in this series.
We have been waiting. Official word from the university. Came out of the tent, was trying to give it a go behind the bench. Looked to be dealing with some pain, but no word from the university that he is out. So still at this point questionable.
Just as you said that, Tommy spotted him coming out, and Knox actually stepping out on the field into the huddle. Let's see if he goes or not. Puts the helmet on, just as you were discussing that as well. So about to start the second quarter. Carolina's got the ball. They're trailing 10-7 and just inside their own 45-yard line. So they're heading from north to south towards the zone here. And it's 4th down. They did not give Spencer Rattler the first. And so Gargiulo will get over the football with Mario Anderson in the backfield. Anderson. Handoff, left side, cutting back. Mario got it initially.
Got it initially, yeah, he did initially.
And they had a good hit on him, but he picks it up, and the referees are signaling so, and the Tigers on the far sideline, including Dabo Sweeney, well out on the field, arguing.
I'm not sure they give. Yeah.
And they're calling it a timeout. I mean, several officials said first down.
They did, yeah.
And now they're calling timeout, but they're moving the sticks at the same time. This is an ACC crew tonight. Maybe they do it differently.
I think they're going to do it. I think they're going to measure it.
I do not understand.
I don't either. I didn't think they measured things anymore like that. They had a video replay. You've got to be kidding me.
What are they doing? Taking all the momentum away?
I think
The ball made the 45-yard line. It's a first down.
Well, thank you. Now that we've slowed your momentum, it's a first down.
I thought that one official took a break on his knee.
All right, 1st and 10 Gamecocks. Spencer Rattler used Mario Anderson, and the Big Bull got us the first down. It's 1st and 10 at their own 45. Luke Doty's in the ball game. Handoff again. Mario cutting back, and a good one. Runs into Xavier Thomas, and they battle, and Thomas slings him down, but not before he gains 4 on the play. Xavier, what a football player he's been. Senior from Florence, South Carolina. 2 sacks on the season, 3 tackles for a loss. Met the Mario on that play, and now Mario's down on the ground.
Timeout. Player injury.
And Mario got hit in the head. I think when he threw him down, and that worries me because he got up, looked okay, then all of a sudden he went down. So if he goes down, hey guys, we got a problem.
We'll check on Mario as the Gamecocks are almost to midfield, down 10-7 to the Tigers with 14-17 to go in the first half. This is Carolina football from Learfield.
The conditioning, folks, but we didn't see where Mario Anderson went. He did not enter the tent, but he may have gone into the locker room, so we're waiting to find out.
DJ Braswell's in the ball game now as Leggett comes in motion across on a 2nd down and 6 for Carolina from their own 48. It will be Braswell going right side. He gets into Clemson territory, but not much more, maybe a gain of 1 yard. A 3rd down coming. And Tommy, that looks like one of your plays. Look at here's Mario Anderson right back in there now, and he did it in a hurry back out on the field.
Well, he's a tough one. If you look at him from the waist up, he could play with anybody.
Trey Knox is in the ball game as well. All right, it's a 3rd down and 5. We need him. 13:44 to go in the 2nd quarter. 3rd and 5. Rattler in the gun, throwing late. They hit him in the backfield, and it's short to Leggett on an underneath route.
Yeah, he was there too, wide open, and Rattler had pressure on his right side, actually coming from the backside. He probably didn't see him at all, and
it looked like it was Thomas who got in on his arm.
I think it was Thomas.
And it's 4th down, and Carolina looks like they're going for it. Oh, my goodness. Right at midfield.
Did this against Tennessee last year, and it worked.
4th and 5 for the 50-yard line. Down by 3. Knox goes in motion. Rattler calling for the football, trying to draw him off sides. Clemson not moving for the moment. Clemson readjusts. 4 seconds left on the play clock. 3-2, timeout Shane Beamer. Clemson not going to have that, not drawing off of the 5 yards on an easy 1st down. And they're likely going to bring out the punting unit now to back up the Tigers. Good to see Mario Anderson, though, and Trey Knox back in the ball game. That's our Prisma Health injury report. Chet Tucker all over that. And the other issues down on the sideline. A cool night at Williams-Brice Stadium, but not in this series. Carolina upset the Tigers a year ago and are underdogs here tonight as well. Just down 3 points with 13:37 to go in the 1st quarter.
And if you can say...
Excuse me, 2nd quarter.
You don't want to say 2 gifts for the Gamecocks, but clearly one was a pickup of a pass behind the line of scrimmage at the not a forward pass, and it's a touchdown and then a dropped interception.
Ham Green set back to receive the Kai Kroger punt. Great snap. Kroger does an end-over-end kick. Has Green going over at the 11. Fair catch towards the Clemson sideline. He's got it cleanly. And the Tigers will take over after the 39-yard punt, but pins them back. Klubnik's going to work out of the pistol with Will Shipley. Shipley has been used as a wide receiver mostly tonight. Moffitt's gotten the work. Carolina in that 3-man front again. And they'll hand to Shipley. Left side, cutting back at the 15-yard line. DQ Smith makes the stop, but not before an 8-yard gain. There's the shifty number 1. And the Tigers want to go quickly here. Klubnik resets Shipley to his left. 2 wide receivers to his left. It's give to number 1. They're just pushing the pile, and across the 20 they go for a 1st down. Clemson with that hurry up and a 3-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, he does as good a job as anybody of getting behind the big guys up front and having good body lean and just moving those feet and moving the pile and picking up those extra yards as he did right there.
Right now, Debo Williams playing the outside backer, Stone in the middle, and Bam Martin. 3-man front for Carolina. A big offensive line for the Tigers lined up. 1st and 10 at their own 21. Klubnik changing things up or trying to. And now 7 seconds left on the play clock. Raises the leg up, calls for it. Shipley right side, runs into a pile and down. Probably falls forward there at the last moment as Bam Martin had him by the hips. And he does gain 1 on the play. 2nd and 9 upcoming. Back to the line of scrimmage again. The clock running at 12:10. Clemson up 10-7. Klubnik from Austin, Texas. His first Carolina-Clemson ball game. And he's got himself a 3-point lead right now. Again, talking to that offensive line. Shipley to his left now, motions man in front of his face. He's going to drop back and throw it. In the pocket's going to run out left side. Carolina there, and they clip him down from behind. Stone Blanton and Jordan Strong are there, but he gains 3 on it. Here comes a 3rd down. He doesn't want to pull the trigger, Tommy. I don't know if the coverage is there or if Klubnik just a little worried about giving it up on this side of the field.
Well, the good thing about it from his standpoint, though, is that the longer he holds it, the running lanes opens up, and he's able to pick them up. That time he made a good defensive play.
3rd and 5 at their own 26-yard line. Klubnik working out of the gun. Shipley to his left. Strong says, I'm going. 4-man front, thrown out to Shipley on the Carolina bench. A little pick play to the back out of the backfield. And Carolina knocks him down, but not before he gains enough to move the sticks 8 yards. A well-designed play to Will Shipley.
Too easy that time. Too easy to make that play. An easy throw. Just
Debo went over the top of the other Clemson player instead of underneath him. And it allowed for Shipley to pick up the yardage. All right, Maffa and Shipley in now, 1st and 10. Back to the ground game. Shipley trying the right side. Some Gamecock linebackers meet him as he cuts it back inside his right tackle for a 2-yard gain on the play. Debo Williams makes the stop. Debo leads the squad with 102 tackles coming into the ball game, including a team high 9 tackles for a loss. He collected 14, a career best against North Carolina and Mizzou. That's the most tackles since T.J. Brunson did it in 2018. All right, 2nd down and 9. 10 minutes to go in the first half. Clemson leads 10-7. Klubnik in the pocket, in his face is a Gamecock, and he throws incomplete over the right side to Randall. Dabo bouncing up and down, animated on the far sideline like he normally is, like he wanted to call, but he does not get it. And here comes another 3rd and 8. Good coverage on the edge again, Tommy.
Real good coverage that time. I think what Dabo was saying was he had his back turned, interfering. Well, he had his back turned, but he didn't touch him. So I don't think there's a call there, but I don't blame Coach Sweeney. I raised Cain too.
Tigers on a 3rd and 8 from their own 37. Off is the back in the backfield. To the left of Klubnik, raises the left leg up. They snap him to football. He's got time initially, now flushed out. Now he's going to throw late. He's got Moffa in the flat, and the Gamecocks are there with a very good open tackle by DQ Smith. Holds it to a 5-yard gain, and the Tigers will bring the punting unit out and punt it away from their own 42-yard line.
Again, folks, only 3 people rushing that time, and Carolina able to put pressure on Klubnik to force him out of the pocket. And I think he wanted to run, but he realized he couldn't make enough for the first down. Got it out to Maffa, but still good play by DQ Smith, I think it was, to make the play.
Swanson, who's got a 44-yard average, will snap it with his left foot, kick it away, a high spiral. Kilgore calls for the fair catch and fumbles the football, then falls on it at the 13-yard line. Oh, my goodness.
2 turnovers is 1 turnover is enough. 1 missed interception is enough. We don't need to give them another one, guys. Gosh.
45-yard punt, and the Gamecocks do secure it at their own 13. So with 9:10 to go in the first half, trailing by 3 at 10-7, Carolina will take over. All right, here's Rattler now with 9:10 to go in the second quarter. 2 wide receivers over to the left side. He'll bounce in the pocket, throw it screenplay, right side. Mario Anderson can't get away from Clemson. And they're going to back him up after the catch. Tommy, that's a huge loss, -6 on the play. Tigers read it well, a well-trained defense. And that linebacker actually was Trotter playing man. They were not fooled at all. Gargiulo tried to get out and block Trotter. They'll have none of that. And the Gamecocks get behind the chains here early with 8:39 to go in the first half.
Don't want that anytime, particularly where we are on the field against Clemson.
From their own 6-yard line, Carolina going to run it. It's going to be Mario Anderson going left side, not much happening at all. Pretty conservative play call there. Rattler is 29 yards and the 1 interception. That's -2 on that run. Holy mackerel, he looked up now. It's 3rd and 18.
Don't want to take a lot of chances down here. I mean, you want to try to get the first down, but not be stupid about it.
Big Nick Harbor comes in the ball game. He'll go split out left side. Leggett over to the right. Rattler from his own end zone. Just a three-man rush. Dumps it down. Mario drops it at the 9. It would not have been near the first down marker, but Anderson with the drop. And a 3-and-out for the Gamecock offense. Boy, that screenplay on first down just crushed.
Yeah, Carolina's had trouble this year, last year, the year before. Seems like on first downs. We always seem to have second and 9, second and 10, second and 8, whatever. That time was second, 14, I guess it was, and then it just got worse.
Surprised there, Tommy, because Dow Loggins came out in this game swinging, going deep for Leggett. Yeah. Some big plays, and we look conservative there. Here's Kroger out of his own end zone, end over end, kicking it back to the 45-yard line. And that's Hamp Green with a fair catch. But the Tigers definitely won the field position there. They're going to start this drive from Carolina's 45-yard line after that 40-yard punt. They got plenty of time, 7:44 to go. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining here in the first half. Tigers with that 3-point lead, 10-7. Gamecocks have primarily, if not exclusively, been in that 3-man front tonight. They'll line up in it now.
Yeah, we need a turnover. We need to get a turnover, get that momentum back, get the crowd back in it.
Hemingway, Sanders, and Johnson at front 3. They empty the backfield. Klubnik out of the shotgun. Looks like he wants to throw, looking left side. Down the middle of the field, incomplete. Had a crossing route, a couple of Gamecocks there, Tommy, and it looks like nobody could decide who to go up and get it. The tight end, Brenningstool, the junior 230-pounder from Brentwood, Tennessee, who's got 5 touchdowns and 404 yards this year, was the intended receiver.
Yeah, he looked like he didn't want to catch it either. He was a little bit concerned about that garnet jersey coming at him across the middle, so a lot of tentative play that time, both sides.
2nd and 10 now. Shipley in the backfield. They'll hand to him. Right side, trying to cut back into the arms.
Nice.
Oh, that's Bam Martin Scott. And bam, did he hit him. And Shipley. Is there a half-yard gain? They'll call it that. And 3rd and 9. So right now, a lot of defense being played. Need to stop here with 7:18 to go in the first half. Down 10-7 of the Gamecocks.
Got to rush under control and not let Klubnik pick it up with his feet.
That's what he's thinking right now.
Yeah,
I tell you, in midfield.
Yep, got to rush 3. Get those linebackers, somebody to spy on him if they can. There's Blanton in position.
Empty the backfield. Now they'll bring Randall over in motion to the left side. Klubnik backing up, crossing route, caught underneath Shipley. At the Carolina 35, picked up the first down. Basically a screenplay underneath where Klubnik ran off everybody, and Shipley came on the catch and run for 12 yards, and they moved the sticks.
Nice design play. Got to give him credit.
No real challenge there for Klubnik. Didn't threaten him, and Shipley's in the backfield again. Stacked receivers to the outside flag on the play. Might be a false start there.
False start. Offense number 55. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Todd, the play before, I said right before the play started, Blanton was in position to come. Well, he blitzed, and Shipley went right where he was, right where he came from. A little square in route there, as you call it, a little pick play or screen play or whatever, but well-designed play. It went where we came from, and that's good coaching.
Down a couple receivers. Clemson is definitely set on using Shipley as the wide receiver, and he's a good one at it. 2022 Paul Horning Award finalist. And Dabo wants to take a timeout.
Timeout.
With 6:04 to go in the first half.
Keep an eye on. Coach Shane Beamer spent most of that TV timeout in the ear of the side judge, saying that Clemson defenders are holding their offensive linemen as they're trying to pull. So just something to keep an eye on. Was working them pretty good there.
Yeah, both these coaches pretty good at it. Well, watch some of the Kentucky game. Mark Stoops is not scared to talk to an official. Holy mackerel. Yeah. You don't realize that we're calling the game from up here, but you watch the TV copy. All right, here's the Tigers now. With that 3-point lead, 10-7 with 6:04 to go in the first half at Williams-Brice Stadium. 3-man front for Carolina. Klubnik in the pocket. Bouncing, got time. Now's under some pressure. Gets hit just as he throws it. If it's complete, it's right back maybe a 4 or 5 yard gain on the play. It is a catch of 5 yards. And that's Tyler Brown. Klubnik lucky to get that one off. Pressure in his face, that time by Tonka Hemingway, who has been doing that tonight. Tommy back playing in really his natural place at the defensive end spot.
Exactly right, and good catch by Brown that time. It was a 5 yard gain. So
second and 11 with 5:30 now to go. 2 backs in the backfield. Klubnik with the 3 wide receiver set. Now sends Shipley in motion. Pump fake to him, throwing down the middle of the field. Incomplete, wanted his big tight end. I don't know that Bam Martin didn't get a piece of it, but Olsen, Pat Henry could not come up with it. And here comes 3rd and 10.
Boy, he was wide open too, so we're glad he didn't.
Klubnik threw it behind it, so Strawn comes in, and Carolina looks like they may get in a 4-man front.
Yeah, it looks like they were blitzing too, so watch him try to check off and go to where these guys are coming from. Then right before the ball's going to be back out of it sometimes and don't fall back into a zone.
5:20 to go in the second quarter. 10-7 Clemson. Carolina rushes 4. Klubnik got to scramble out left side, backing up, throws the ball up in the air. It's incomplete. That should be a grounding.
That's grounding. Great
oh
rush
my
that
gosh,
time.
he's back in between the. Look where he is. He's on the block C. My goodness.
Thomas, Strawn, Sanders, all those guys are back in there. Maybe 91, maybe Hemingway too.
The passer was outside the tackle box.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Scrimmage. It's an incomplete pass.
The official's literally standing on the tail of the Gamecock from where the play happened and the ball threw it, and he's saying that he's outside the tackle box. I just can't believe that. Thrown straight up in the air with nobody around. Shane Beamer clapping, trying to get his special teams to come out. Klubnik, no way.
Hard to beat those
Took 3
guys.
steps, backed up, and turned. All right, for the second time tonight, attempting a 49-yard field goal. He's already hit a 51. White's off the right hash mark, and Dabo called a timeout late. Let's see, did he get it off?
Thought he called a time.
He ran up to the official and did not get it, and White's knocks another one down after being 1 of 5 beyond 40 on the season. So he's had the half of a career right now, and it's 13-7 Tigers. Tommy, how big a crucial plays that gave them the chance for these field goals. The other one was the O'Donnell drop of the pick that Carolina would have had. They hit a 50-yarder after that, and then we don't get a grounding call on Klubnik, and they knock a 49-yarder down.
Well, I think, again, this game is kind of like the early part of our year, and we're shooting ourselves in the foot. We got
The clock did not start during the play. Please reset the clock for 5 minutes and 7 seconds, please.
That's because he called a timeout. They didn't give it to him.
So he got the benefit of both.
But I think we're playing like we did the first 3 or 4 or 5 games of the year, not the last 3 or 4. So we got to get through that, work through that, get some turnovers, get this game back. And because right now we pretty much given Clemson what they've got, and they're good enough to take advantage of it. We got to do better.
Here's Gunn to kick off. And a yard deep is Leggett coming up the near hash mark. At the 20, breaking out at the 25. Here's Xavier at the 30. Stiff arm somebody, and down the sideline, can't quite turn the corner. And there's a flag on the play.
Oh, gosh, he got to be.
It might be a face mask on the Tigers.
It should be a face mask, but they probably going to call blocking in the back by the guy that hadn't run.
During the return, holding the 41, return team. The 10-yard penalty. First down.
Hard to beat the officials and Clemson, but we'll try.
Leggett with the big gain up the near sideline is backed up. 10-yard penalty on the play, and that'll be at the 30-yard line. So a net good for Carolina, and it's 1st and 10. The Gamecocks with 2 timeouts remaining, down 13-7 with 4:58 to go. Leggett goes over and lines up in the slot left side. Rattler going to play action. got some pressure up the middle, trying to get out right side. Now needs to dump it. Throws it towards the Gamecock sideline, and it's complete. Mario Anderson was over there. Good pressure by Clemson, collapsing the pocket on Rattler. 2nd and 10 upcoming. Xavier Thomas is working on our right tackle in a pretty big way, and that's Vershawn Lee. He's also complaining about being held. Carolina will slip back out with Nick Harbor over to the left side, split out way down deep. Leggett goes in motion, handoff straight at the middle. Mario Anderson, not much happening up the middle on the run play. 3-yard gain as the clock's at 4:40.
I think we got to run occasionally just to make them understand we can run, but we really got to get our passing game going, and I like it across the middle, some delayed routes across the middle, test those linebackers a little bit, and move the pocket a little bit too, Todd. As we talked a lot about last week, we got to get Rattler away because he's running the ball well.
13-7. Clemson leads it. Rattler on a crossing route now, intended for Harbor, who can't bring it in. And Carolina won't convert as the speedster had the crossing route on the play, and it's right off his fingertips, had maybe a step on him. Clemson with a hand in front of him. Got to have that, though, Tommy, in a game like this.
You do. You got to have it. And again, Rattler under tremendous pressure that time was able to get it off somehow, but it was right on target, and he missed. I'm not sure he'd have made a first down, but to put it very close. Of course, as big as he is, he may have been able to pull away from the defender and pick it up.
Kai Kroger now to punt it away. There's still 4:10 left for the Tigers. Kai spins one beautifully, angling it away. And Hamp Green sets back for the fair catch. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. "44-yard punt backs up the Tigers, but they've got their one timeout remaining in that 13-7 lead. Carolina's missed an interception, which led to 3 points. And then the officials heard a no grounding call, led to another 3 points. Now Klubnik with one back in the backfield will run it straight up the middle, but right into the arms of Bam Martin and Pup Howard. And that's a 2-yard gain for Maffa as they pull him up from the pile, wearing number 7 this year. Wore 26 a year ago, the Loganville, Georgia native. He's also got 18 receptions for 100 yards, but he's kind of taking the primary role tonight. 4 wide receivers now for Klubnik. 2nd down and 7. Klubnik looking right side, throwing underneath. Got his tight end, who's clamped in a hurry between a couple of Gamecocks at the 30-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 5. And that's Adam Randall in the tight end spot over there, but he's technically a wide receiver. He's as big as a tight end. 3rd and 2 with the clock at 3:16 in the first half remaining. 13-7 Tigers. Klubnik trying to convert. Will Shipley comes in late. Olsen, Pat Henry in the ball game as well, one of the tight ends. Still plenty of time on the clock. Carolina pressing with a 4-man front. Shipley comes into the backfield now goes in motion. Klubnik wants to run it. They let him out the backside and right at the marker at the 33. He's going to pick up the first down on a 3-yard gain. Oh, Tommy, on the edge, we were there. He runs up underneath us. Pup Howard and Elijah Davis can't bring him down, and the Swift quarterback takes it for a first with 2:33 remaining in the first half.
Yeah, he's rushed it 6 times for 20 yards so far tonight. Very effective.
Maffa in the backfield. Klubnik wants to throw again. He's got a crossing route incomplete on the slant. That's Tyler Brown, the freshman from Greenville, South Carolina. Can't make the stop. Or he is one tiny player, but he can hurt you. 180 pounds. They list him at 5'11". He does not look like that. He'll line up in the boundary to the right side. It's 13-7 Tigers, 2:22 left in the first half. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Brown comes in motion. They'll swing it out to him left side and clipped down in the backfield. Tyler Brown makes the catch, and a great play by O'Donnell Fortune. -4. Tommy, that's his 2nd tackle for a loss on the night. really reading those screenplays from Clemson.
Yeah, we need to suspend him a game. He's the one, folks, if you remember, really chastised, missing a lot of tackles in open space, particularly against Florida. But, boy, he's played well tonight in that space out there. Third down, it's a big one right here, guys.
Time for a Tiger mistake.
Yeah, it is.
1:46 to go in the first half. Klubnik out of the gun by himself. They're going to be conservative and run it up the middle with Maffa. Nothing happening as Jordan Strong comes to get the leg, and a timeout for Carolina.
Timeout. South Carolina.
Boy, Tommy, doesn't do you any good if you don't make something out of it. And the Gamecocks are going to get the football back with around 135 or so to go and 2 timeouts remaining. Now let's go down to Chet Tucker.
Yeah, huge stop there by the defense. Save a little bit of time. Going to have 1:37 to operate. Number 7 going to call his troops out there, try to get down the field, put some points on the board before the end of the half. You guys were talking about the non-call of the timeout and of the non-call of the intentional grounding. Coach Beamer, after that 4th down field goal, as hot as I've seen him all year, heading out to the White Hat, trying to get a message across that he feels like they're being hard done by the officials.
I agree with you. I mean, I really do. I don't mean to be prejudiced, but it's pretty obvious that, you know, there's some last week and also this week. There's been SEC last week, ACC this week, but I'm telling you, it's just some calls that just hard to explain.
Here's Swanson to punt off the left hash mark. Set back is Kilgore is going to come up and take it at the 30, trying to get to the far sideline. Makes one guy miss. Up to the 40, breaks another tackle. And Jalen Kilgore, the freshman, nice job on the return. He came into the ball game with a 6.7-yard average. He got 8 after the 35-yard punt, and really good field position for Spencer Rattler with 1:26 to go in the first half and 2 timeouts remaining.
Yeah,
Make that one timeout remaining.
The question here is, do you do the obvious? That is, go to Leggett, or do you use him as a decoy, maybe a double team or something, and try to get it to someone else? You got Eddie Lewis in there, I think, also. I think that's him.
Yes, it is.
He can fly.
Rattler going to roll out right side. Scott Anderson in the flat, makes one guy miss, turns towards the Gamecock bench and gets out of bounds. Boy, hit around the 48 in the white, but no call for out of bounds. Maskell with the hit. And wait, they stop play.
We'll take a 6 or 7, 5 or 6 yard gain on first play, but we got to go downfield. We got to go across the middle somewhere, Todd. I think they play on the outside pretty well.
That was what got us started a week ago when Leggett went across the middle. Here's Rattler now, 2nd down and 5, out of the shotgun, under some pressure. Rattler spins away right side, throws near sideline. And they say it's a catch, I believe. It is on the sideline. Amarion Brown. Rattler escapes again. Houdini at Williams-Brice Stadium gains 18 yards, make it 15 yards to Marion Brown. Carolina going quickly to the line of scrimmage. And they're going to review that one.
Running on the field to catch and bounds. Previous plays under further review.
The review upcoming on the Amarion Brown, and these guys will look at it. As I remind you, don't get blinded and blindsided by your HVAC unit failing. Call Pool Care, Heating and Air, Plumbing, and Refrigeration to schedule your official prevention maintenance review to keep your unit in tip-top shape. Tommy, I see your gestures over here, and you don't look like that's a catch.
I don't think it is. No, I don't think it is. I always try to be fair with this. And
Rattler was lucky to escape on the play. And Amarion coming down the near sideline. Fisher was a long way away, that's for sure. I mean, he's laying down on the ground and almost out of bounds.
I think
the left foot is in.
I think the left knee went down before he really controlled it or had it. But
I don't know how they're going to call this. Chet, you see in the scoreboard here, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm agreeing with Tommy Suggs right now. It looks like his left knee hits down out of bounds before he catches the ball. His feet are in bounds when he makes it. He secures the catch as he's going to ground, but it looks like his left knee touches down in the white paint.
Here's the way I see it. If the guy looking at upstairs wife roomed with someone at Carolina, then we got a shot. If we don't, isn't that the way it works?
I didn't know where you were going with that.
I mean, you
Whose
know,
wife did what?
the head of you guys. His wife, her best friend, they roomed together at Carolina, same sorority. Then we got a shot. I think it's out of bounds.
Further review, the receiver was out of bounds
There you
when he
go.
caught the ball. It's an incomplete pass.
Yep.
Every 3rd and 5, the South Carolina 48-yard line. Clock will start on the snap.
1:12 to go, and that'll back it up after the incompletion and 3rd down and 5, Tommy. The Gamecocks 0 for 5 tonight on 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, we've got to roll him out, move that pocket, show a little eye candy, some misdirection back there, just anything to slow those guys down from just taking a shot at Rattler. Rattler's a magician, as you called him earlier, Houdini, to get out of that. We can't depend on him to do that. He throws the ball so well on the run. Get him out there intentionally. Get him out there intentionally. I think that's what we got to do.
Rattler 7 of 14 on the night for just 34 yards. He's got a 3rd down and 5 with 1:12 to go in the first half. Mario Anderson's the backfield blitz is coming. Rattler's got to spin out and can't do it. Sack all the way back.
My point.
All the way back to the 32-yard line. No chance there. A blistering Barrett Carter comes on the blitz, and it's minus 13 on the play.
Cannot.
Timeout. Clemson.
You know, the quarterback draw was good to us early on, and there's only so many times you could go to the well with just him in the pocket, particularly if he's going to drop it all, and that time he had no chance.
Well, particularly when you got some offensive line up there that they're playing as hard as they can. We've been beat up all year long. We're starting through freshmen, things like that. This is one of the best defensive lines, if not the best in the country. So you've got to do something. We've got to be clever. We've got to do something to slow them down, and the linebackers as well. Make them guess a little bit. And right now, it looks like it's the same stuff. Just drop back, try to protect him, maybe do max protect. That's still not enough. And so we're relying on Rattler to be the magician all the time, and he just can't do that. We got to help him out a little bit.
Kai Kroger to punt for the Gamecocks. And the left footer puts it into it. Ham Green's waiting back and catches that on a fair catch around the 26-yard line. Tigers with no timeouts remaining, and there's 53 seconds remaining in the half. The 38-yard punt.
Tell you what, Todd, if we can hold them right here, I'll take going in at 13-7. As poorly as we've played, we've given them probably at least 10 points by dropping the interception and them kicking the field goal. Let's credit him for 51 yards. But at the same time, the first turnover we had where we thought it was a forward pass, it wasn't. The guy picked it up, ran it in. So, we probably in many cases lucky.
This offense, the Tigers, has not earned it to this point, that's for sure. Shipley's in the backfield now. Right at 53 seconds remaining. Klubnik underneath. The ball's tipped up, almost picked off by the Gamecocks. Another pass breakup. Tonka Hemingway's in the mix. Brian Thomas a part of that as well. And Klubnik as an incompletion on first down and 2nd and 10 upcoming.
Klubnik 8 for 15 for 32 yards. Rattler 7 of 14 for 34 yards.
It was the big paw of Tonka Hemingway's on the nose right now. They'll run it. Shipley going backside, and not much happening around the 31-yard line, although the Tigers are going to go quick after a 3-yard gain. 38 seconds remaining in the first half. No timeouts for the Clemson. Klubnik's got Shipley in there, still looking to the sideline and lining things up.
Watch him trying to sneak one deep here.
The tight ends.
I think they may just run it out. Looks like to me.
They might do that
I think
on
so.
a 3rd and 7.
That's what
There's a couple second differentiation, Tommy. They're going to have to run something. Or 3rd down, allow it to go to 4. And they'll run the football. No, it'll be Klubnik carrying it himself, left side. And Klubnik in the Gamecock territory and taken down at the 50-yard line. Continues to show great feet. And a 20-yard gain, though, will not hold the clock. It'll be 1 second remaining at the 50. And the Tigers let it run out, and that will take it to halftime. Let's get these guys split up and get to halftime festivities. Shane Beamer will be with Chet Tucker in just a moment as he gets his team off the field. Here's Chet Here's Coach Beamer.
Coach, rough start to the game, but your defense has been playing great so far.
Yeah, they are. They're playing their butts off. Held on the 2 field goals. Got to get some takeaways ourselves and protect the ball. We knew the turnover battle was going to be the key tonight. Right now we're down 2-0.
Best of luck in the second half, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chet. The 2 turnovers, they're down and giving them the 7 points. That's the difference right now. It's 13-7 Clemson. Coming up on the Bud Light Halftime Report, Chris Miller has all your highlights and numbers from the first half, as well as scores from around the country. Clemson 13, Carolina 7. This is Carolina football from Learfield. Chris, thanks for holding down the fort and giving us all that information while you were working. It did not dissipate here at Williams-Brice Stadium. They are on for this one, Tommy Suggs, and it looks like this crowd is ready to go. Hopefully our Gamecocks are. And maybe we change some fortunes there at halftime.
Yeah, well, I hope so, because I hope the first half was the first half of the year, not only this game, then the second half will be the second half of the year. In other words, we had turnovers the second half of the year. We started winning. We started doing things, and we won games. We got to do that here in the second half. We've given them, basically, in my opinion, probably 10 points. I'm not taking anything away from Clemson. Now we got to go out there and earn it back and get them. Let's go.
Here's Mitch Jeter to kick off. It's a wobbler low, going to bounce past Shipley into the end zone for a touchback. Yeah, the Clemson Tigers had 121 yards of total offense to Carolina's 86 there in the first half. And the Tigers, though, not much down the field, Tommy, for Cade Klubnik. He's picked up some first downs, but a lot of throws to his running backs. Let's see if the Tigers will take some more chances down the field.
Well, he's tried a couple, and they've dropped them, too, across the middle and all, so hopefully that'll continue.
All right, 1st and 10 with Maffa in the backfield with him to start this half. The Tigers take it. It'll be Maffa bouncing to the left side. Got one man to beat. Can't get past Eman Worry, who throws him to the turf, but it is a battle with Eman Worry's arms wrapped around him. It's a 5-yard gain for the Tigers.
So far, the Gamecocks, Bam Martin Scott leading the Gamecocks again. 7 tackles, Debo Williams 4. Fortune's got 3. Gladstone's got 3.
Maffa now 8 carries for 30 yards as he's to the right of Klubnik in 2nd and 5. Fake inside. Klubnik wants to roll right. Gamecocks there. They're going deep. They want Randall, and Carolina's trying to pull the football down. There's a flag, and the Tigers make the catch. That's Tyler Brown, not Randall. Tyler Brown pulling down what looked like Kilgore was on Brown, but they still brought the football in.
Pass interference, defense number 24. Penalties decline. Result of the play is a first down.
A 39-yard reception, and Klubnik and Brown on tight coverage, but he did pull him to the ground. Kilgore did. And now Klubnik may be gaining some confidence. He's got it 1st and 10 at the Carolina 31. Wide receiver screen thrown out to the outside, caught. And inside the 26 is Josh Sapp, the tight end, who's been blocking on a couple of those plays. They let him catch one here for a 5-yard gain. And I see Shipley rolling back into the lineup. It'll be both backs into the ball game as Klubnik steps away from his offensive line. A big throw down the field here in the first drive of the second half for the Tigers. They've got him 2nd and 4. They got a 13-7 lead. Shipley goes in motion, fake to him. Klubnik wants to drag, now in some trouble. No holding call on the plays. He rolls right, now throws it out of bounds. My goodness, inside, if not one, but 2 defensive linemen were being held on the play. And DeAndre Martin part of that. The young and big defensive tackle looked like he was easily being held. And it's an incomplete pass, and here comes 3rd down. Tigers have already got 2 long field goals on the day.
Looks like to me Clemson is beginning to want to go downfield throwing the ball, Todd. Just what you said we needed to do, what Clemson needed to do. They're doing it.
Ball in 25 of the Gamecocks, 13-7 Tigers, just underway in the second half. 3rd and 5, Klubnik, fade route, right side, battle for it, incomplete. No flag on the play. Tyler Brown, the intended receiver, And Marcellus Dial covering up on the play. Dial from Woodruff, South Carolina, has led the team in third in the SEC in 10 pass breakups. He might have just gotten his 11th, and now a 42-yard field goal attempt, this time for Whites off the left hash mark. He's been good from 51, from 49. This one's from 42. He was 1 of 5 beyond 40 coming into this game.
We talked to special teams need to step it up in this game. Now's a good time to do it.
Snap it back, put it down. Whites kicks it up towards the north end zone. And it's good. Whites is 3 for 3 on the night, and the lead is 16-7 Tigers. They get points, just 3 to start the second half. 13-16 to go in the third. It's 16-7. Clemson will be back. This is Carolina football from Learfield. Very good first half.
Particularly Kilgore, particularly in light of him and what Klubnik is trying to do now. They're rolling him out, and he's throwing the ball downfield. 2 passes there, downfield, stretching the field a little bit. They haven't done that in the first half. A couple times they went probably in the 15-yard route. Tight end dropped one, another. I think one of their wideouts dropped one. But watch Clemson for doing that, which is going to test Kilgore's replacement.
Here's Gunn to kick off, and it's going to be over the head of Xavier Legette for a touchback on the play. Tommy, the Gamecocks' last 3 drives before the half on offense were 3 and outs. We've got to change something up.
We really do, and you know, again, keep saying that we just got to protect or let Rattler get out of there. He throws the ball so well on the run. He runs the ball well, too. We got 2 good, talented quarterbacks tonight. And I'll take ours over theirs, but theirs is good, too. He runs the ball really well.
Offside, kicking team number 17. 5 yards will be added from the 25-yard line, first down.
So out to the 30-yard line. And let's see if we can get Spencer Rattler, Mario Anderson, and Xavier Legette a little hotter now. Rattler out of the shotgun is going to roll right, throw out the flat. Incomplete, intended for Legette. And the Tigers were coming up quickly, a collision, but it looked like the ball was out in front of them a little bit. 2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass.
Yeah, one thing about it, Todd, you know this as well as anyone. When you do roll out, you take the field and really reduce it down to a third. And that's one of the reasons a lot of people don't like to do that, because you normally flood that side of the field, so that's where you throw the ball. You can stop, throw it back the other way. Let's see what happens.
Rattler again out of the gun, going to go with Anderson over to the left side. Xavier Thomas having a very good night for the Tigers. Clamps down on Anderson and holds it to a 2-yard gain on the play. And a 3rd and long coming up for Carolina. 12:54 to go in the third quarter. 16-7. The Tigers scored another field goal here in the second half. Carolina's 0 for 6 tonight on 3rd down. And this one, a long one. They tee up these big defensive ends for the Tigers and come after Rattler. One spotter in the middle is the one linebacker. And there's a flag on the play.
He says illegal.
Ball start. Offense. Number 69. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
I didn't hear the number. Did he say
69? I think.
Gargiulo?
Yeah, and Gargiulo
Moving back, swung back.
Yeah.
Moved the football, I believe.
And he was complaining about Thomas, who
Jumping
over here,
barking out things.
Yeah.
So that net result is a 3rd and 13. Their first series in the second half, and another flag.
Gargiulo's pointing. He is going nuts with the official pointing to Clemson for calling the signals out or doing something that caused him to do that. I mean, he ran over and went straight to the official on it. Officials are backing the Carolina guys up now. They're going to talk about it. Let's see what happens.
Ball start.
Oh, gosh.
Offense number 51. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
You know, something's got to be going on there.
And we hadn't jumped all night.
I mean,
now they start barking it out in the first series of the evening and calling plays. And Treba Balabade gets hit with that one, and it's a 3rd down and 18. All we need to do is pick this up right here, and that'll shut them up. Here come the Tigers' four-man rush. Rattler in the pocket, in trouble, sack. Just giving them way too many shots at number 7. -9 on the play. And that's Rook, the very good defensive tackle, 290-pounder. That's what's going to happen when you get behind the chains with penalties and otherwise. 3rd and 18. And the punt team comes out for the 4th straight series for Carolina. Clemson's got a top 10 defense. And they're showing well tonight. Shipley and Hamp Green set back to receive. A nice spiraling punt, angling over at Shipley, calling for the Green takes it actually. And a fair catch around the 42-yard line. So the Gamecocks backed up on their first series. The Tigers got 3. And it's 16-7 Clemson with 11:10 to go in the third quarter. 16-7 Clemson. As Carolina punted again. It's their 4th straight 3-and-out series dating back to the first half. The Tigers got 3 points on their first series. Good news is on our Prisma Health Injury Report, we see Jalen Kilgore back out on the field bouncing around. The free safety will check on TJ Sanders. Right now it'll be Barrett, Strawn, and Tonka Hemingway up front for Carolina's 3-man front. Been in it almost exclusively tonight. And the Gamecock offense gave up 7 of the 16 points that Clemson has on the board right now. Phil Maffa in the ball game. Klubnik working out of the shotgun from his own 43-yard line. Heading towards the fairgrounds. Carolina showing the threat of blitz. They bring 4. And Klubnik gets hit in the back just as he throws it. Delivers underneath to his tight end. Good pressure by Bam Martin. It's a 3-yard gain over to the right side, but no damage done there afterwards as Brenningstool, the junior, makes another catch on the night. 2nd down and 7. Again, linebackers walked up for Carolina. Klubnik out of the gun, run up the middle. And that's Maffa into Gamecock territory. He breaks a couple tackles. And Carolina finally has him spinning and taking him down, but not before he picks up a Tiger first down on a 12-yard gain. Tommy, that'll lead to some Tiger touchdowns if we don't stop that run.
I agree with that, yeah. Clemson's doing a good job mixing plays up offensively now.
And it's 1st and 10 and a throw to the outside on a wide receiver screen. I don't know why Debo Williams kind of held up there, then went and made the tackle to Josh Sapp, but it's a 4-yard gain on the play on what was a low throw. I don't know if he thought it was incomplete or not. Carolina with some substitutions in up front, and Pup Howard in as a linebacker. Klubnik backs out. He's 12 of 21, 84 yards. Neither quarterback has done much damage tonight. Rattler 7 of 15 for 34. Handoff inside. Maffa out the backside, runs into a Gamecock and a good open field tackle on the play by E-Man Worry. But it's still a 7-yard gain and moves the chains for the Tigers. Clock running at 9:28 to go in the third. 16-7 Clemson.
Clemson is playing their game now offensively. Mixing up a little bit in the passing game, but really just going to the running game. Maffa's got 31 yards. Klubnik still your leading rusher with 39. Shipley's got 24. Those are your 3 guys you got to watch for.
Sanders back in the ball game. Let's see if he can help in that defensive front. Boogie Huntley in there as well. Klubnik 1st and 10. Fakes it, wants to run it himself on the draw play up the middle. He gets clipped around the legs. And he falls inside the 30 down to, I think they're going to mark it at the 28 or so. A 3-yard gain on the play. Debo Williams with the stop.
I tell you, good play by Blanton that time. He had the Shipley in the flat. He was there. Klubnik wanted to go to Shipley. He saw Blanton there, so he tucked it and ran up through the middle. Don't think that was a designed play from the beginning. I really think he wanted to go to Shipley. Just good play by Blanton.
16-7 Clemson, 8:32 to go in the third. 2nd and 7 at the Carolina 28-yard line. 4 wide receivers set. Shipley in the backfield. They fake to him. Klubnik steps up, fade route near sideline. Battling forward is Brown and the Gamecocks.
I think that's an interception.
And Carolina's got the football.
Yes.
Oh, Nicky Manworry, his 2nd in 2 weeks. He's battling with Tyler Brown.
Still battling, too.
And Eman Worry comes up with the football, and Carolina gets their first turnover of the night. Brown won the last one against Kilgore.
We got Kilgore's hurt again out in the middle of the field, Todd. He's sitting out there. Looks like he's got a little, maybe a cramp.
Running on the field, it's an interception. The result, he get a touchback. Timeout for an injured player.
That is 24. Kilgore,
Yeah.
who's up and with a little bit of help going towards the sidelines. We'll check on Kilgore, but right now Carolina football coming out to the 20-yard line. They trail 16-7 with 8:17 to go in the third quarter. That's got their first turnover of the night. This is Carolina football from Learfield.
Big plays, doing things that got us to win those last 3 ball games. So that's a good start right there. But we got to do more offensively. We got to protect Rattler and do some things creatively.
4 straight 3-and-outs. Rattler's in the pocket now. Is going to run out. Going to gain a couple before he runs into the back of Trey Knox trying to block for him. We'll call it 3, 2nd and 7. Maybe you should do that a little quicker, Tommy. That time, decent protection, breaks down, he runs out. Little gain, and 2nd and 7 upcoming. They'll run the football and in trouble. And another lost play, yardage play for Mario Anderson, who does all he can to make it -2 on the play. Penetration big time from the Clemson defensive tackle T.J. Parker. And another 3rd and long.
Pretty vanilla with our running game, Ty. No misdirection, no counters, anything like that. And that's, you know, you go with your talent up front, and that's just an issue. As long as they get a little more experience and better talent up front, we'll be okay.
All right, 3rd down and 9. 7:21 to go in the third quarter. 16-7 Clemson. Clemson with a 4-man rush. Rattler down the middle's got his man. That's caught. Josh Simon across the 30 into the 33-yard line. A Carolina first down. A gun from Rattler, who started the ball game 5 of 6 with 1 interception for 35 yards. Until that completion, he was 2 of 9 -1 yard. And another hold up on the Tiger sideline.
For equipment repair.
Who needs it?
It's the chain crew.
You're kidding me. That's our guys.
Want to bet a Tiger was standing on him? Trying to slow down the Gamecocks after they pick up the first down. Their first conversion in 4 series now, and first 3rd down of the night. All right, Rattler takes his 2 tight ends over to the left side. Simon and Trey Knox. Clemson adjusts now. Simon back over to the right side. Anderson in the backfield, trying to run it. Nothing going.
Can't do that. It's not there. It's not there. That's when you got Rattler over there has got to keep it like Klubnik did. He just take it around the corner. He was wide open, and we just got to do
-2 on the play.
Yeah, we just can't run against these guys. And
Peter Woods, exceptional defensive tackle, back up a freshman at 315 pounds from Alabaster, Alabama. Gets his 3rd tackle for a loss on the season at 2nd and 12. Clock running here too, 6:12 to go. In the third quarter, Clemson leads at 16-7. Rattler in the pocket, got some time, crossing route. Has Tyshawn Russell, but run down quickly after he makes the catch, and that's no small feat. The very fast Nate Wiggins, who highly respected corner, holds it to a 4-yard gain on the play. It is a gain, however. Clemson sitting back in that zone now, Tommy, playing, or at least one man safety. And man underneath.
But last time, Todd, Simon found a hole in it and was able to sit down in it, and Rattler found him for a first down. So let's see if it happens this time.
3rd and 8 at the Gamecock 35-yard line. Playing off the left hash mark. 3 wide receivers over to the right side. Rattler has the linebackers creep up. Here they come. In the pocket, looking for some time. Leggett. And the ball is on his back hip, and he can't make the catch. Incomplete. He had the man, he had the route. They just couldn't quite hook up as the pocket was collapsing on the play. Barnes was defending on Leggett.
Yeah, the ball was thrown a little bit behind him that time, but in Rattler's defense, again, under pressure, he knew they would come in on all 3 sides, up front and left and right. So he threw it a little bit of a hurry, and had it been a little bit further in front, I think Leggett could have pulled it in.
5:20 to go in the third quarter. Carolina trying to get the ball down the field. But right now, Kai Kroger is going to be the only one to do so, punting it away. And another fair catch on the play by Hamp Green at the Clemson 15-yard line. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield. A 50-yard punt by Kai Kroger, but it's the Tiger football again. They did convert now. 1 of 9 on third downs are the Gamecocks. Klubnik, pure pistol formation with Shipley behind him. They'll hand to number 1. He goes over to the right side. One Gamecock got him high and one low. Stone Blanton on the bottom of that along with TJ Sanders. A 3-yard gain on the play. What do you think of Klubnik on the night so far, Tommy? He's 12 of 22, 84 yards.
Well, I think his passing has been somewhat unimpressive. Although he's had 2 or 3 drops, but his running the foot and managing the game has been pretty good.
Speaking of which, he's going to try and run right side now. Looking for the marker and knocked out of bounds on the Clemson bench. The Gamecocks want a holding on the defensive end, and they do not get a flag. It's a 9-yard gain on the play. The tight end, Brenningstool, had the outside shoulder of the Carolina defensive end, but no call on that play, and it moves the chains for the Tigers. Pretty simple right there, Tommy. Quarterback run to the outside after a fake to Shipley.
And I think we need to do that. We need to do that as well. Just what I called for a few minutes ago. Fake to Anderson. The running game for Carolina's not going. Therefore, you may not be as successful with Rattler on the outside as they are with Klubnik.
16-7, Clemson, 4:06 to go. Hand off inside on first down. Shipley gets cut down as he falls forward to about the 29. 2-yard gain on the play.
Well, this game is passing quickly, Todd. 3:53 to go in the third quarter now. Gamecocks down 16-7, and Clemson just grinding it out.
Debo Williams in on that last stop. No rush right now for the Tigers. They've gone hurry up a few times tonight, but certainly not now with that 16-7 lead.
We need a turnover. We need to have something good happen.
Drew Mazzullo in at one of the defensive tackles. Carolina in a 4-man front. Klubnik now swings it outside. Shipley, wide receiver screen. Carolina gets there and knocks him out of bounds, but Shipley, as usual, turns the corner and finds a seam up to around the 36 or 37-yard line.
Yeah, they're outside receivers. I think at that time, I guess it was maybe their tight end, number 81, did a good job blocking, and that's the key to it. They really do a good job blocking out in space.
That's Shipley's third catch of the night for 27 yards. Maffa now is in the ball game with 3rd down and 1 from their own 36-yard line. They'll hand to Maffa, running hard, leaning forward across the 40, behind the big offensive line of Putnam, the senior from Tampa, Florida, and Harris Sewell, the freshman from Odessa, Texas. They make the first down. 7-yard gain on the play. Nobody down the field this series, Tommy, just a bunch of grounding and grinding by the Clemson Tigers. 6th play of the drive upcoming. They're pushing up to midfield at the Tiger 43. Blitz by Carolina up the middle. Maffa is running across the 45 and moves the pile a little more. And not quite to the 50-yard line or so. They pull up everybody and mark it at the 49, a 6-yard gain on the play. Tigers rushed for 226 yards a year ago, but it wasn't enough because the Gamecocks were scoring. Not tonight. They've got just 7 on the board.
A lot of things in the passing game last year, and also the special teams really kicked in, particularly Kroger, some of his punting and all to back him up. And also the passing game last year was very ineffective for Clemson.
3 wide receivers over to the right side now, 2nd down. Handoff straight up again. It's Maffa. Now we seem to be kind of pushing against each other, Tommy, which always helps the offensive line. No real penetration or pushback from the Gamecock defensive line. It's a 4-yard gain, and Clemson will go in a hurry here on 3rd down and very short. Klubnik, Maffa to his right. Klubnik raises the leg up. Maffa, there's a flag on the play. He would pick up the first down. Otherwise, Coach Shane Beamer says it's on the Tigers. We'll see. There's a false start on Clemson. Every time one of these two teams or any team seems like they go hurry up on 3rd and short, it's a busted play. I don't get it. Don't know what you gain, but we're glad it happened there.
The previous play made a first down. Illegal formation, more than 4 players in the backfield, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Not false start, as you just heard. So it's 1st and 15 with 1:10 remaining in the third. Clemson leading 16-7. A brutal drive going right now at their own 48-yard line. A 4-man front for Carolina, one of the first tonight, bringing in maybe to stop this run. Klubnik's going to throw outside. That's incomplete.
I think
a
that
wide receiver screen, and if it was in behind him, he jumped on it quickly, and that's Sapp.
I think that was a forward pass. So it looked to me. I don't know about you, what you guys thought, but I think that was okay. But still, a good reaction by Sapp, knowing where he was and jump on it, no questions asked.
After the incomplete pass, it's 2nd and 15 with 52 seconds remaining. Tommy Suggs, I'm Todd Ellis. Chet Tucker down on the sideline. Quickly approaching the 4th quarter here in the 120th meeting between Carolina and Clemson. Tigers got some points from the Gamecocks tonight and have earned some of them well. Certainly have run the football. All right, Klubnik in the pocket. Right, left, now back down the middle. And got it underneath and hit immediately on the play is Pat Henry, the tight end, 240-pounder. O'Donnell Fortune took him to the ground to hold it to a 5-yard gain. And 3rd and 10 upcoming as there's 30 seconds remaining in the third.
Clemson so far 6 of 12 on 3rd downs, Todd, and you said repeatedly we're 1 of 9. So
Timeout, player injury.
That's O'Donnell Fortune, who just made the tackle on a cool night. It's one of those stances that make you look like you got a cramp, but let's check with Chet Tucker down on the sideline.
Inside of the conclusion of that play, O'Donnell Fortune was running towards the sideline, tapping his helmet, indicating that he had an issue with his right shoulder. But without Clemson substituting, they were afraid that they weren't going to be able to match that substitution. So they just told him to back up and fall down, which he did. So now he gets the opportunity to get some treatment.
Well, it's a crucial down, a 3rd and 10, as Tommy just pointed out. The Tigers are 6 of 12 tonight on 3rd down. This drive started with 5:12 left in the 3rd quarter. Tommy, there's 25 seconds remaining. This is what Clemson wanted.
Exactly right, and doing a good job. We just got to give them credit. Gamecocks not playing horrible defense tonight, really. Just offensively not being able to do anything against Clemson's very good defense. Todd, you and I knew that. We talked about it before the game started. You can say what you want to about Clemson. The offensive, they struggle this year. They've had a lot of turnovers, but their defense has always been there. They're solid defensively. And we're seeing a taste of that tonight, and just not able to do anything offensively for Carolina. So far, we've only got 25 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Gamecocks have 94 yards in total offense. 94 yards. Clemson 238. So pretty dismal tonight for Carolina.
And still just a touchdown and a field goal for winning this thing.
Exactly. And as I keep saying, I wouldn't say we gave them. I've said that a few times, but clearly the first touchdown was maybe a little error on our judgment not to fall on it. But regardless, then the next one we dropped an interception. They kicked the field goal.
Kawan Banksing, Judge Collier in now for O'Donnell, who came out. Carolina in a 3-man front. Now they walk up 2 linebackers. Klubnik, 4 wide receiver set. 3rd and 10. Looking down the middle of the field, incomplete, dropped at the 37-yard line. And Dabo Sweeney slaps his thigh.
I don't blame him.
As Troy Stiletto cannot come up with a football. It was wide open on the in route, Tommy. maybe a little bit thrown behind him.
A little bit behind him. You're right on that, Todd, but still, you got to catch those. Klubnik, though, again, not showing the point of accuracy that we knew he had issues with. Had plenty of time to throw it. A great throwing lane. No one was there. Unfortunately, just not able to come up with it. So maybe that's one of the breaks we need here.
Swanson to punt for Clemson at his own 39. Marion Brown is going to be setting back as Kilgore injured that hand. And this is an end-over-end punt. Fairly short, up to the 15-yard line. Not bad field position. The problem is the Gamecocks have mustered very little on offense tonight after the one scoring drive. We're going to go to the fourth quarter. It's 16-7 Clemson as we gather up at Williams-Brice Stadium and one of the best rivalries in all of college athletics. When we come back, the fourth quarter decided. 16-7 Clemson. This is Carolina football from Learfield. The rumor has it Gamecocks need a good drive here. Spencer Rattler, his team less than 100 yards of total offense tonight. Out of the gun from the 15-yard line, trying to set up the screen. Looked like a busted play. Now Rattler gets hit and throws the ball away outside the pocket, and that could be bad. Took a shot as he wanted to roll right, I think, and Clemson may have read the screenplay.
I think they did. They read the play. He had nothing to do. He ran around the other way, came back going to his left. He throws the ball well going left, but not when he's got a big old white jersey in front of him.
T.J. Parker with a big lick on him. The top sack man for the Tigers. 2nd and 10 for Carolina. Just underway in the fourth quarter. They're down 16-7. And they empty the backfield. Rattler in route, incomplete. Intended for a Marion Brown. Clemson all over him. I don't know if they punched it out or if AB dropped it or not, but we're looking at a 3rd and 10, and the Gamecocks are 1 of 9 on the night. Tigers very impressive.
Yeah, we got to find Leggett, though. We got to find him somewhere. Somehow we got to set that up and got to go to him because he's our playmaker as Rattler is. But Clemson's done an excellent job shutting both of them down tonight.
They split out to the right side of the 3-man front. They rush 5. Rattler in the pocket. Dumps it out. Mario Anderson can't handle it. He was just trying to get rid of it on a 3rd and 10. Could find no one as the pocket was collapsing. And you can just feel these Clemson defensive linemen starting to talk about it now. They got Rattler and they got the Gamecocks on our heels.
I think the worst thing about it is you can feel our offensive linemen talking about it as well. And the whole offensive staff and everybody, we just have no answer. We have no answer to this, and that's pretty tough, really. But poor Rattler's doing the best he can. Everybody's doing the best they can. We just have no answer. We probably could do some things here and there, but really no answer.
Ty Kroger to punt from his own 1-yard line. And this is a low hanger to Hamp Green, who's going to take it on the run. And Xavier Leggett is down there to make the stop in a hurry. So the Gamecocks have to punt it away again. A 43-yard punt, but Clemson's got it at their own 42 with that 16-7 lead and 14:33 to go in the ball game. This is Carolina football from Learfield. Not much going for Carolina, and they punted away again, and this defense has to come back out on the field. Clemson with 243 yards of total offense to Carolina's 94. Klubnik with good field position, his own 42. Sophomore hands off inside to Maffa again, who's the big back's grinding at 230 pounds before Nick Emanwuri gets in there, but it's another 4-yard gain on first down. Tommy Douglas Adams tells me, our great statistician, that we got a Gamecock hurt, or at least got a stinger. That's Emanwuri. It looks like he's going to try to shake it off. Our average third down play on offense tonight is 3rd and 9. I mean, that's you can't make a living on that.
No, we talk about that often. And many times this whole football game, not this one, all games are about first downs, and good example of it.
16-7, Clemson in the lead. And Klubnik's going to run it himself, makes a move on top of Hemingway, and he'll get some help as Hemingway held on just enough to allow some Gamecocks to get over there, including Emanwuri. Held it to a 3-yard gain. O'Donnell Fortune in on that tackle as well, and third down for the Tigers.
Hey, Clemson does a good job of design intentional runs for Klubnik, and we've done a little bit of that with Rattler during the year, but maybe could certainly use a little bit of that here tonight too, because his feet are good enough. He saw that early in the game. He had to scramble, nothing intentional, but Klubnik does a good job with that.
Sanders comes in, Boogie Huntley, Jordan Strong. Clemson with some substitutions as well. Brian Thomas is a part of it. 3 seconds left on the play clock, and Dabo Swinney wants a timeout.
Timeout. Clemson.
Yeah, Clemson really casual, running people on and off. Carolina hustling over there and got that new defense out there. But on a 3rd and 3, leading 16-7, the Tigers decide to take another look at it. And Tommy, I hear you too. The runs tonight, only one of them have been designed for Rattler to get going on a quarterback draw. The other one's just on his own. And believe me, most of it's going backwards.
And you ask about some people, why not Bernard Sellers? Well, he's hurt. He's got a little shoulder banged up from last week. So he's probably not going to see him tonight at all. And you
saw very little of DeCarrion Joyner.
Yeah.
So Mario Anderson's had to go all the way there.
Maybe the play of the game was made by Luke Doty, though. He scored on the triple reverse, quadruple reverse, whatever it was down there, but made a great move when he couldn't throw it to Rattler. And so let's credit Luke Doty.
Rattler came in 88 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns. Right now, Klubnik is looking for 3 yards himself with 13:06 to go in the ball game. 2 backs in the backfield for him on a 3rd down and 3. From his own 49, it'll be Maffa up the middle who dives.
I don't think he got that.
Into Clemson territory, but I think that's 4th down. It's going to be short. He got 2. He needed 3.
I think they'll go for it, though. Clemson will.
Man, he's a hard runner.
He is. He's big.
The junior from Loganville, Georgia. The Tigers take a long look at this one. It's a full yard away.
Yeah. Well, with the inefficiency or ineffectiveness of our offense, they're clearly going to go for it.
They're at the Carolina 49. They need to get to the 48. Carolina stacks in the middle. Klubnik taking a long look at the sidelines. Look like they're going to delay and try to draw the Gamecocks off. And
I'm shocked at that. I'm absolutely shocked at that.
Does not go for it. I am a little surprised myself. Even if it wasn't, it would have felt like the nail in the coffin.
Well, yeah, exactly. My point is, we've done nothing. You guys just quoted those stats, and I don't. Anyway, that's why I'm up here.
Well, they do bring the punt team out, and I don't know what is the official doing. He doesn't have his microphone on. Clemson's brought the punt team out.
There's a penalty there.
And we run ours punt return team out in a hurry. Marion Brown goes back inside the 10-yard line.
5-yard penalty delay a game, I guess. So.
Yep. Yeah, Dabo did not call the timeout. He obviously will be happy to have Swanson punt this one, who stands from his own 31. And it should fall about where Marion is set back to receive. 12:04 to go. They're letting the clock this one run down. Swanson almost bobbled the snap. Marion can run up to the 15, catches it out in front of him, fingertip-wise. But he's got it. So if Tommy Suggs does not have a heart attack on that one, Carolina will have the football again, but have got to muster some way to move it. With 11:54 to go in the ball game, down 16-7. Just a 2-score game, a 39-yard punt. We'll be back. This is Carolina football from Learfield. Chet Tucker, we mentioned on the sidelines. Dan Stewart, our engineer. Liz McMillan, our associate producer. All of our sponsors. And, of course, all you listeners. Happy holidays to start. And right now, let's call for a present. And maybe a Rattler drop. Down 16-7, 11:54 to go in the ball game. A blitz on 1st down by Clemson. Rattler's got some time, now throws down the middle. He's got Legetta caught at the 31. deep crossing route. The safety was there to come over Barnes, who made the big play late on him, but Leggett pulls in a 17-yard gain and a Carolina first down.
That time Leggett lined up in the slot. Doty was lined up outside on where Leggett normally is, so that helped a little bit, plus a little bit better protection.
Rattler hit at the last minute, but he did hold on to the football for a long time in the pocket. All right, 1st and 10. Leggett goes in motion over to the right side. Nick Harbor is split out over there to the right. Now Trey Knox goes in the same direction. Rattler in the pocket, got some crossing routes, dumps it down again. And that's Leggett who breaks the tackle at the 40. Big Xavier all the way up to about the 49-yard line. Knocked out of bounds. On the Gamecock sideline, a 16-yard gain. So 17 gain, 16-yard gain. And now Marion Brown comes in. That's up Peyton Mangum, 13, not 10. And Nick Harbor lines out over to the left side. He hadn't gone after Big Nick tonight, at least on a deep one. Luke Doty's in the ball game as well. Rattler play action inside. Rattler deep in route to Doty over his back. And there is no flag on the play. Incomplete. Good coverage on the outside by the Tigers. You got to hand it to their secondary tonight, Tommy. That's Terrell. Outstanding job. Even on the completions have been all over Carolina's wide receiver.
Oh, you're right about that. Well coached, good, very good talent back there, and they know what they're doing. And that was just a good defensive play. Honestly, I thought possibly we could have gotten a call on it. We didn't. 2nd
down and 10. Here comes Clemson again. Carolina tries to drop it out to Mario Anderson, who had single one man to the outside. They had the right play on the blitz, and Rattler had to throw it off over the top of the defender who was blitzing, and it was too much for Mario Anderson, and here comes 3rd and 10. Boy, we've hit that play so many times, and we had it set up right and called, just could not connect.
Yeah, you throw it where they came from, and
Clemson showing 5-man rush. Rattler going to roll out, throws it to Anderson on the edge, tries to turn the corner, and the Tigers take him down after he gained a couple. He's into Clemson territory, but a 4th down is upcoming after Barnes makes the stop on Anderson. And Kai Kroger and the punt team come out with a 10:09 to go in the ball game. Carolina trailing by 2 scores, 16-7.
Yeah, I think it's the right call right now by Beamer, because had it been shorter, you probably could justify it. Right now, if you don't make it, you give it to Clemson, you're in trouble.
Kroger puts his foot into it. Green set back to receive. He takes a fair catch at the Tiger 9-yard line. So back and forth punts, but into Clemson territory. Carolina got that time, but no points from it. And it remains 16-7 Clemson with 9:49 to go in the ball game. This is Carolina football from Learfield.
Last week it was 94.1 going into the Kentucky game. It went down. So, it's not really that much of a surprise necessarily. Certainly disappointing. And I was hoping, we could do some things more cleverly, but we just haven't had that opportunity to do it.
All right, here's Shipley in now. The Tigers backed up. They'll hand to number 1. Straight up the middle and a big hole at the 20. And Shipley almost broke it away before Bam Martin came over and made the stop. It's a Tiger first down, and we just lose the battle there in field position. On the very first play, they go out the backside, a 14-yard gain.
And Clemson just running the football, 171 yards now rushing. Last year they had, 257 or
226.
26, that was close. And so we just have not been able to stop their rushing game, but that's been an issue all year long anyway. So, give them credit.
Klubnik again taking his time with that clock, a 3-man front. Shipley on the handoff, left side again. He creases the Gamecocks. And Alex Boogie Huntley finally takes him down, but not before he gets an 8-yard gain. Maybe this was their philosophy, Tommy, which was go Maffa early, Shipley with the fresh legs late, because that's explosive right there from Shipley.
Yeah, Shipley's got a little quicker burst, a little more wiggle to him than Maffa does, and Maffa's a pounder. Shipley would be the little more elusive one, I guess, and both of them very good backs and play for a lot of people.
2nd down and short. 2nd and 2 with 8:28 to go in the ball game. It is Shipley again straight up the middle. He's got a first down, and the pile is pushed all the way out to the 40-yard line. They lead the ball game 16-7.
You know, Todd, we talk about Shipley and Maffa. I could run behind that line right there. I mean, just good blocking up front. All those guys doing a good job for Clemson. Our guys playing their hearts out, but just...
Well, they got a 10-minute lead in time of possession.
Yes.
Some long drives tonight. Clemson's had 30 minutes, almost 31 minutes to Carolina's 19:22.
And this game is 7:54 from being over. I don't know where the third quarter went.
16-7 Tigers trying to milk the clock here on the 1st and 10 from their own 40, heading towards that south end zone. Maffa's back in the ball game, but Klubnik wants to take it himself right side, and the Gamecocks are there and run with him and then take him down right on the Carolina bench. Nice job that time by Marcellus Dial and Nicky Manworry. It's -1 on the play.
Yeah, one of the few negative running plays I think Clemson's had all night long. Maybe 1 or 2 more, but nothing big, like 5 or 6 yards. Carolina's had a couple of those completed passes. A couple of them were completed for losses too. So Clemson's very good about no negative plays tonight, contrary for Carolina.
Klubnik made a mistake there. I think he should have handed it off to Maffa.
You're right.
Kept it himself. All right, 3 wide receivers over to the left side. Now the tight end comes over in motion to the right. 4 seconds left on the play clock. After the loss, 2nd and 12. Maffa into the line and down immediately. TJ Sanders
good play.
with a hit right on the right thigh as Maffa got the football. -1, and here comes 3rd down.
I tell you, Sanders did a good job of staying low and getting excellent penetration, keeping his head up, sticking that right arm out and tripping them all up. And here we go.
Gamecocks have still got 3 timeouts, and they're down by 2 scores. A touchdown and a field goal could win it. 3rd down and 13 on the 37 of the Tigers. Klubnik going to empty the backfield. 4 wide receivers. Now Shipley comes in, gets to his right, goes in motion that direction. They'll throw out to Shipley on the edge. Makes one guy miss and gets up to the 42 before Carolina catches up with him and pushes him towards that Tiger bench. Brian Thomas with a stop and a timeout for Shane Taylor. That's the first of the second half. They have 2 remaining, and they stop it at 6:03 to go in the 4th quarter, down 16-7. Timeout on the field. We'll give you some timeout. We'll be back after this. This is Carolina football from Learfield.
Run out a little bit more than 2.5 minutes on that last possession, so it's going to take. Carolina's got to do it now. It's now or never. They got to be able to get some points on the board on this possession.
The punt return team comes out. Marion Brown standing back at the 15. And Swanson has done a great job punting all night. With his 44-yard average, stands at the Tiger 27. Carolina looking like they may bring some pressure here. 4th down and 8. The snap is good. Swanson puts his foot into it and drills another one. The fair catch is at the 11-yard line.
We sent a lot of people that time, Todd, and still didn't get to him. So,
and what a great job punting by Swanson. Again, Carolina's going to start inside their own 15 after a 47-yard punt.
I think last year Kroger backed them up all night, all day long. And tonight it's been Swanson doing that to Carolina. So got to give them credit.
Long fields for the Gamecocks. Got to find some weapons as Trey Knox, Mario Anderson come out on the field. Leggett will be split out near side. And Marion Brown in the slot. Now they're switching some things up. Harbor comes to the left. Leggett goes all the way over to the right side. 5:57 to go in the ball game. Down 16-7. Rattler, who's been hit tonight and is 10 of 26 for 86 yards. Got to find another gear. They fake inside. Rattler got to roll out left. He's got a little bit of room. Going to try to make one man miss. He gets a stiff arm and out to the 20-yard line.
Nice little move.
Clemson takes him down, but that's a 10-yard gain on the play. It should be a Carolina first down. He ran into that Gamecock bench.
tell you, though, nice move when he kind of did that little hesitation, which caused the defender to pause a little bit, and he picked up 2 or 3 more yards for the first down.
Clock is running at 5:33. Down 16-7. 2 timeouts remaining for Carolina. Rattler out of the gun. Slight roll right side. Now throws back and towards the bench, and Amarion Brown makes the catch over on the Clemson sideline around the 32. It's a 9-yard gain on the play. Carolina back up to the line of scrimmage. Good job by Rattler dropping that over to the defender, Wiggins, who was close on the play. Rattler second down and very short. Will go for the first down. Stutter step by Anderson. Back to the left side. Flag on the play as Carolina runs up with Anderson around the 40, but hold on.
Holding. Offense number 1. It's a 10-yard penalty. Second down.
Every time he gets something going. Not to say that he didn't do it.
But I'm saying the official didn't have to see it. You know, it just, I mean,
Knocks on Parker. Knocks on Parker that time.
we need a break. Wow.
And the clock becomes your enemy with 5:04. And now the clock starts 5:03. You're down 16-7. Rattler all the way back to his 21-yard line. Luke Doty in the ball game. Clemson up, pressuring with these defensive backs. Trips to the left side. Rattler guns underneath. It's Leggett. Makes the catch at the 29, pushes across the 30. It's a 10-yard gain on the play.
6 receptions for Leggett tonight, 68 yards.
Clock running at 4:33. Carolina 2 timeouts remaining. Rattler trying to get people set. 3 wide receivers over to the right side. That's Anderson up the middle. And Mario's got the first down on a 3rd down. Move the chain, stop the clock. A 3-yard gain on the play. Here comes DeCarrion Joyner. Used very little tonight. Made some plays. Clemson slow to get lined up. 3 wide receiver set. Rattler rolling right side. Just throws it out of bounds. Leggett brought Wiggins inside. They wanted to carry on in the flat and or Josh Simon and could not get it. And now there's 4 minutes and 1 second remaining in the ball game. 16-7 Clemson.
Yeah, Thomas putting the pressure on Rattler that time.
Peyton Mangum comes in. I think that was Leggett that needed a break on the play. So 2nd and 10. DK still in there, tailback. Rattler in the gun, wants a quick throw. Incomplete over Harbor's head on an in route. And Nick either wasn't ready for it or didn't bring it. He's going to bring himself out of the ball game. And we're running out of wide receivers. Braswell comes in at tailback. 3:57. And 3rd down and 10. 2 downs here to pick it up. They need to get to the 44-yard line. Tigers rush 5. Quick throw to the outside. Braswell makes the catch on the wheel route at the 40.
Nice catch.
7-yard gain. Pretty good throw by Rattler backing up. And now it's 4th down. And the ball game on the line with 3:41 to go and the clock running. Anderson's back in. Leggett's back in. 4th down and 3. Need to get to the 44-yard line. Rattler working off the left hash mark. Clemson coming again. Rattler under some pressure, trying to hold the ball, throws it late, and it's caught, but well short of the first down. Rattler was going to the turf, and now it's turnover on downs, and the Tigers start to celebrate on the far sideline. Crossing routes, couldn't get anybody open. Rattler did everything he could. He went to the turf, and the Tigers have it on the Gamecock side of the field.
Spencer Rattler came into this ball game 70.6% of his passes completed, 19 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Threw for 3,074 yards, and tonight's had a tough night. Doggone it, I feel sorry for him. It's 16 of 32, 112 yards. But boy, what a year he's had.
I don't know what his future is, and he's got some options, but he has flat out played his tail off for the Gamecocks this year. Shipley and Maffa in the ball game as Clemson tries to milk it here late. Carolina still has the 2 timeouts remaining. Shipley spins for a couple and breaks some tackles. A 6-yard gain with 3:09 to go, and that 16-7 lead for the Tigers. Carolina broke a 7-game winning streak a year ago against Clemson, up in Clemson at Memorial Stadium. But 2 teams tonight who are, at least for the moment, under 300 yards of total offense are battling out for bragging rights. The Tigers on top for the moment with 2:36 remaining. Moffa's in the backfield, calls for the football. He's got it straight up the middle and runs over a linebacker, Stone Blanton, to get inside the Gamecock 30-yard line. It's 16-7 after that 5-yard gain.
Gamecocks 169 yards in total offense tonight, Todd. Not with, you knew this defensive unit for Clemson was top notch. You knew that. I was hoping we could do a little better than that, obviously. Had some opportunities, just didn't make it work.
And the Tigers got 3 wide receivers out to the right side, but big number 7 takes it again straight at the middle. Moffa inside the Carolina 20-yard line. And the Tigers want this bad, probably on the ground, to do so as the clock running with 1:44 to go, an 11-yard gain on the play. They've kicked 3 field goals and got a scoop and score. They've not scored a touchdown tonight.
South Carolina.
And the Gamecocks take a timeout with 1:39 remaining. Who'd have thought that as well, Tommy? No scores from the Tigers tonight, 3 field goals. And Jonathan White's, boy, you got to give him credit. It would have put a lot more pressure on the Tigers, even if he'd just gotten one of those, Tommy, when he was 1 for 6 beyond 40 coming into this ball game. He goes in this environment and he knocks down a 51-yarder, 49 and 42 yards to make it a 16-7 game. A scoop and score and 3 field goals.
You know, the interesting thing about this game, Todd, they don't really only about 2 things that were expected that occurred. One was we couldn't run the football, which we have not been able to run it against anybody. And number 2 is that Clemson's defense is very good. Other than that, I mean, everything was different, Rattler didn't have his normal game for a lot of reasons, and Clemson's offense, I guess they did run the football. But
Will Shipley's in there now, 1:44 remaining. First down, Shipley dives into the right side of the line, puts his head down, falls forward for a couple. As Carolina, let's see what Shane Beamer does. Does call another timeout, and that's his last, I believe.
And another thing, Clemson comes in, as you just said, and literally we hold them to really no offensive touchdowns.
There was no offensive touchdowns.
I mean, just amazing. I mean, it's interesting. Really interesting.
And they got the hot shot offensive coordinator in the offseason.
Oh, yeah.
And what also I'm surprised with, I mean, I knew a lot of these Clemson players, but, they lost their 2 or 3 big defensive tackles and ends to the NFL a year ago, and they've replaced them. There's really good players. Obviously, Davis was back. He'd been there forever, Tyler Davis. But T.J. Parker, he's as good as I've seen, the freshman from Phoenix City, Alabama. And Amani Capenhart, Peter Woods, a freshman as well. He made plays tonight, number 11. So they've got it where we used to win as well in this series, in the interior. And on 2nd down and 7 after the timeout, Shane Beamer's last. The Tigers have got it 2nd down and 7. Moffa in the backfield with Shipley. Cross handoff to Moffa and drug down from behind on the play. Nice job, Tyreek. Johnson comes in and swings around from the outside. And the clock runs at 1:26. 16-7 Clemson. 3rd down. They could pick up a 1st down if they got it to the Carolina 9. It's about 3rd and 7. Tigers don't care much right now. They played that way, really, Tommy, since they kicked the field goal in the second half.
That's true. You're right about that. And I think a lot of that has to do with the confidence they have in their defense, which surprised me again. That's the reason I was so surprised they didn't go for it on 4th down and about 1 yard to go. But
Timeout, Clemson.
The Tigers take a timeout with 52 seconds remaining, leading 16-7. So, Tommy, 5 and 7, it looks like the Gamecocks are going to fall to. And, you know, there's some talk, a couple things would have to fall right. There's not enough teams to fill the bowl. The bowl's with 6 wins. I would suspect that South Carolina, the fan base and otherwise, the program, an SEC program would be one that would be looked at a 5 and 7 team. I don't know how you feel about that. Should they go? Should we be offered? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I think whatever is good for the football program is what you do in that case, and Shane Beamer is the one to make that decision. Personally, I think we should go regardless because it'll help us develop our kids. We get more practices. All those things help develop your team. You stay in front of the fan base and all, so that's my feeling on it.
Shipley's alone back now on 3rd and 7. He's going to bounce one wide open left side. We're trying to track him around the 10, and Shipley just outruns some Gamecocks down to about the 4-yard line. Runs out of bounds with 45 seconds to go. And, Tommy, they got the edge and easily on that one. A couple times tonight we've seen some holding that was not called, but that time it looked like Davis just came from the inside. And
it also looks like
did not cover.
Yeah, it also looks like Shipley's got great speed. You know, we knew that, but it's a pretty good display of it right there.
Klubnik's going to line up in what would be the otherwise victory formation. Shipley runs back in late. Klubnik at the 5-yard line. And there's another stoppage of play. It may be delay of game as Shipley was running on late, which would back up. So the Tigers with 45 seconds.
Offense, 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down. Clock will start on the snap.
With 45 seconds remaining, Tommy. So the Tigers going to sit on the football here with a chance to score again on the Gamecocks.
I think that's good.
It's also smart. You don't want to risk the fumble as a quick score and you get an onside kick. And Klubnik, the young quarterback, sophomore from Austin, Texas, his first delve into this series, is going to get a win on the road. As the teams meet at midfield, Dabo takes his hat off. Shane does as well. And gets a hug from him. There's orange and black on the field. But tonight at Williams-Brice Stadium, Clemson gets the victory. Carolina can't make it 2 in a row, and Clemson goes to 8-4 on the season. Carolina 5-6. So the 120th meeting between Carolina and Clemson goes to the Tigers. The final score, Clemson 16, Carolina 7. We'll start to recap tonight's game in a few moments on the Carolina Locker Room Report. You're listening to the Gamecock Sports Network from Learfield.
Era. Sorry, I'm so emotional.
Biatch.
Let's be legendary. Let's go be great.